I've been thinking about this game a lot. And the things that it was trying to say that I sort of missed, right? I was thinking back on what exactly was it about this game that stuck with me. And I thought back to the sentence that we were making. I let my anxiety something for forever till day and night. The anxiety, this idea of anxiety, and this ever looming threat of being homeless, which was interesting. Monkey Time. No, that's a different game. That's a different game. I don't think this one's gonna be as scary this time around. Though the first time was very scary. There's actually a QR code that one of the chat members, Imam Lee, thank you very much, Imam Lee, pulled up. It leads to a site called beliefengine.com/need. I guess the copy paste didn't work. My apologies. And when you go to that link, it takes you to this page. It actually is a redirect to an entirely different page. And I actually think it's an interesting redirect because it talks about what this game is talking about. And again, sorry, fair warning, it's a bit of a flashbang here. I can't really do anything about that. You might want to close your eyes. This may burn. It's a story from 99% Invisible, which is a podcast that famously was well known for breaking a car, but also talks about a lot of different topics. This one was about homelessness within the city of California. It was interesting to sort of see this pop up from the redirect because it sort of hit me that, wait a minute, that's what's happening to her character at that moment. And the thing about horror that's interesting is that horror is not always grounded in reality, right? A lot of the horror that we see and a lot of the things that we sort of experience are sort of oftentimes created to represent something, even though it isn't exactly that thing, if that makes sense. And then I was thinking back on the game and what we were doing within the game. And I was thinking back on the conflicting messages that we got within the game itself. How our bosses and how even our character says we just stare out the ceiling because there's nothing for us to do. There's nothing in our work queue. There's nothing at all for us to like work towards, and there's no money coming in. This looming threat of being homeless, the fear of what's outside. How the moment that we left our home, there was all these different voices coming in and surrounding us. And how at the beginning we write this letter to somebody that we just don't know. We call them all these names and we say all these things, and then over the course of the game we have the opportunity to question why we left. And I realized something is that this game is a way for you to experience that anxiety. Key to the experience is anxiety. And even this idea of the fear of time came up at some point in the game with the term, I think, chronophobia or something. Even that has to deal with the anxiety of eventually becoming homeless, because you become so much more aware of the time passing, and every moment that you have is just another moment towards your doom in a way. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized just how deep this game went. It's not just a matter of, some demons appearing, or some strange creatures, and the shadows walking, and the shadows lurking. Though I think there is an element of that within the game. And that's sort of the beauty of the horror genre, is that though there could be a very overt representation of something, it's also the implications behind it that are just as interesting as that visage that you see in front of you, right? It's the thing underneath, at the core of it, that is just as compelling, that when you peel back the layers, in a way it's even more terrifying. I've actually talked about this before when we started this stream, how eventually at some point we're going to play games that is in a category that I've deemed as IRL horror, because, a lot of the horror that we see is fiction, but there's a horror all around us. There's a horror all around us, this fear, this decay, this pain, this anxiety. All these things are real. These are things that are happening today in our world. And I think this game is touching on that fear of not having anything left in a world that you just don't know about. And I wanted to play it again because A, I've made space. B, I felt like our playthrough ended on a very poor note where we got extinguished. C, I needed to see if I was where I went wrong. If I was even right at all, ever. And I want to see what happens when I change my decisions. No more asshole, but maybe a place that I had to leave for some reason. Still though, I think I'm gonna stick with, I guess, a more representative playthrough that's representative of my life, right? So let's say Dear Love. That's the only person I really care about. My wife. Dear Love. My time here has been a real learning experience. My time here has been brutal. My time here has been rough, but it's nothing compared to going back. We went with the last option. We went with the most vitriolic option. We went with the most aggressive, the most combative options before. What happens if we lean into something that's almost more along the lines of a yearning, of like a nostalgia, of like a desire for something, right? Of like a hope. My time here has been a real learning experience. This new city is weird and cool, but I'm getting used to it, I think. This new city is confusing and harsh. I'm having a rough time. Let's say it's weird and cool. I'm getting used to it, I think. This is also an interesting letter because, dear love, I've left my love, and I'm getting used to this place, and it feels good now, but I'm far away from my love. It's interesting that even though we've barely even gotten through all the choices, there's still another, I think, 4 or 5 choices. I'm already recognizing that there's something here. Still, the question lingers in my mind of, why did we ever leave? I would never leave my wife. I would never leave someone that I care about. It just wouldn't make sense to go so far away. And for what? For like a chance at an opportunity? And when the opportunity comes and goes, will you still have something back at home? I don't know. So it's like, why did you leave? It still doesn't answer the question of why I left. But even in this more positive, hopeful light of where I am, it seems like we're still ignoring that. It's interesting. So when I met here, hooked me up with this computer job while I get myself back together. So again, the hope in the people around me, too. Hope in the city, hope in the people around me, hope in the way they've lived. I can't wait to see you soon. Despite everything, I wish I could come back. Both of these things, in a way, mean the same thing, but one speaks to what I feel like, and the other speaks to sort of what we both know, if that makes sense. Like, one implies that there's something that made me come here, whereas this one is just purely, I want to be with you. And even in that hope, it still doesn't answer, why am I here? I miss you. Miss me yet? That's an interesting change. It wasn't like this last time. I miss you. Miss me yet? As if I'm questioning whether they miss me, as if I'm not really sure about the status of what we are. Or, very firmly, I miss them, because I know that they miss me, but even if they don't, I still miss them. But even that is interesting. There's like all these implications, right? Even something like that. I miss you, but it's the same words that you'd say to someone who's died in your life. Like if somebody who's passed away, you would say that you miss them, and there is no way that they could ever miss you because they're gone. It's so vague. It's a very masterful approach. It's a very masterful approach to all this writing is. So much of it is so vague, and it leaves so much up to your interpretation. What a great game. That's why I wanted to come back to this. That's why we're here again, to type in some more letters and hopefully not scream as loud. But I did get coffee, so hopefully it's gonna feel good soon. But it really isn't that great. Yep, every fiber, yep, copy back to it, yeah. Not much of a view here, yep, same view. Door still locked, can't open. I didn't use the mirror last time I was here. Can't. That's why, because you can't. But everything looks the same. And already it says it will fill my hard drive in 300 hours. And that's a good thing. It means that the settings changes that I've done are really going to help. They've left the couch here, right? I remember my address as well. It's all the same data entry stuff. No typos, same format. Yep. Welcome to your new home at this address. Wait, it's a different address. Reminder, based on the lease you signed, your weekly rent is due every Friday. It's 200 Molino now. Shelby, NC, North Carolina 28152. Last time it was... What was it? Can I do the monkey screech one more time? Did that appeal to your senses? I'm sorry. It's hard to... It's because fear is one of those emotions that I don't think translates well when you do it manually, right? Fear is a feeling that you can only ever truly feel in the moment. It's why in many movies, when you see an actor do a scene where they're truly afraid and you feel like they're afraid, and it's like a weird it's like a weird empathetic thing that your brain does. I think it's called mirror neurons, where you look at someone and you can feel their fear because you actually believe that they're afraid. Then that's how you know that they're a good actor. Because it's really hard to feel afraid. Like, try it yourself. Try to feel genuinely afraid. Like, I can think of somebody beating me. I can think of all my money going away. I can think of me coming up against a terrifying monster, and I don't feel the fear right now. But if I was there, I'd be terrified. I'd be sweating. I would be crying at all these different things happening. I know the money thing was weird, but like anxiety. Hello? Anxiety about, going homeless is a real thing. So it's like, all of this. That's how you know someone's a good actor. When they can pretend to be afraid and it makes you feel like you're afraid. Because you feel their fear. All this to say, I can't do what I did that day. I didn't even know that I did that. What's funny is that I must have been doing that for years, right? For years and years of playing horror games, I must have sounded like that. Where I make a noise and I go, you know what I mean? But I just had no clue. And even this, like, see this? Fear and familiarity don't really go hand in hand. Like, it's at first it was unfamiliar, but now it's just like, this is my apartment. This is my life. It's actually fascinating to do the first run being so antagonistic. Because the whole world feels hostile. You are hostile to the world. And then you do the second run of this game less antagonistic. You're actually much more hopeful. And in a way, it also fits with your growth as a player, too. It's actually a very fascinating mind trick. It's a very fascinating, I guess, like, cohesion between the gameplay that you're playing and also like the way that your character's playing, where I don't really feel afraid because this is all just familiar to me. This is hopeful. Sure, it's grimy, but hey, I've got a job. I can make my life better. As if a job will ever save you from homelessness. As if a job will ever change your life. Or you think just one more day at your job is going to make your life better? Or you think you just need like one more bonus, one more boost, one more promotion? No! This is why I wanted to play that game. This game. The real horror is that it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to be fired. It doesn't matter how much money you make, you're always one step away. What the hell is this? A ladder. What did that even sound like in that clip? Can I play the clip? No, I'll play it later. Spends a new night heading towards a job you picked up a while back, the same day you arrived in the city. Your official title is Data Conversion Operator, same as before. A fancy name for just a warm body, same dialogue as before, same dialogue as before. Night shift, fairly stable, easy. So what you're looking for, new location out in the middle of nowhere. You play it all the time. I was actually very surprised that you really enjoyed that clip. It's just very funny to me because it's like, what does that say about your opinion of me? Because we know each other in real life, so what does that say about your opinion of me as like a human being? That I'm just an animal in a cage for you to watch, right? I'm just an animal in a cage to make funny noises for you. Like, that's probably the most that you've ever wanted to like witness me. It's like, ooh, funny noises, perfect. Get to work, animal. Get to work. Last time I went over here, there was nothing too, right? There was like nothing over here. Just a bunch of empty stuff. My new job. So hopeful. I love night shift. Is there a way for me to keep like a nice happy tone with everyone? No. Maybe, okay. Before we go in, just in case, okay? Just in case I never scream, I'll give you one playback of that scream. I'll give you one playback of that scream. That way you can feel like I've screamed for you at least once. And actually, it's a top clip. Chat is 27 views on the channel. Wow. 27 views. Wow. I'm gonna quit my job for this one. You're welcome. Thank you. Just listen. Is this loud? Is it how loud was I? You know. Like, you just can't get that. I don't even think like Charlie Chaplin could act that out, right? Or like any other actor. There's no way you can capture that genuine fear by pretending. There's no way. I would have to practice. Like, I would have to genuinely practice to get that feeling. I wonder how actors actually practice their feelings. Right? That sounds like a crazy phrase, but in a way, you're pretending to feel these things in places that you wouldn't feel it. And you have to, like, snap on and snap off instantly. And that's hard. Acting is hard. Let alone the voice acting, where you can't even, like, move. You just have to, like, do it. Alright, first day in the job. Same old. And this time, with a more hopeful attitude. And keeping in mind that maybe the fear that we had was about being homeless. And I also kind of wonder, and something that I want to try this time as well, what is the goals of our job? The AI is telling us to type in the things that are yellow, right? But the goal of the job is to support the mail system, right? So what if we only focus on things like the address? What if we only focus on the addresses? Does that change anything about the playthrough? Can we avoid whatever it was, these like crazy things that were happening to us at some point? Or is that something that's always going to happen to us? And I say crazy not as in like the character's crazy. I'm saying crazy as in like I couldn't believe my eyes when the fingers were starting to crawl around the screen. I don't think calling people crazy is necessarily conducive to, I think, what the goals of something like what I think the game is talking about are. Because in my mind, again, I think the game is actually talking about and putting you in the position of somebody who doesn't have any real way to secure their life here. And I think, again, all those messages about anxiety and stuff that the game was putting on our screen and talking to us about, I think that's what we saw was a representation of our anxieties, but wasn't really demons. It wasn't really demons or anything. It was just the anxiety that we were feeling in the moment as a character. And it's that feeling of like, oh god, I'm going to be homeless and everything that I'm doing is going to shit. And that's why my character started feeling that way. What? Hello, wish you were here. Being stranded in the middle of nowhere, all it does is makes us miss you both more. We'll wait a couple of days before the car is fixed. Until then, just killing time with postcards. Hanako and Una. Crazy. I was crazy once. Locked me in a room. A rubber room with rats, and the rats make me crazy. Where's it from again? I completely butchered the reading, but I remember that coming from somewhere. Was it a show? Wasn't a show, right? 369-3962. Mellon Street. Portland, OR 97232. It's also fascinating too. So the reason why I want to play this game again too is that feeling of like being afraid of homelessness. That's the thing that I felt many times in my life. Like that heart-pounding anxiety, that feeling of like, oh god, there's nothing left for me, and if I don't do it properly the next time over, it's too late for me. I'm just like that feeling never really leaves you. You remember it. It leaves its mark on you. It like scars you. Dear Tooth Fairy. And looking back at how our character felt in the game and the way it sort of like represented itself, the way that things weren't clear and you just weren't ever sure about things. I felt those anxiety, those panic attacks when I get like on the bus to work and stuff, because I don't like being in the public. It really thinking back and relating it to my experiences, I didn't see hands obviously, but just the way that it made me feel. And I think that's the strength of this game, is the way that this game makes you feel in the moment, the way that it somehow transmits those feelings into you and makes you an actor in a way. It's top notch. I actually don't think there's another game that does it nearly as well. This game is probably the best way to learn how to act, to be afraid, because it makes you feel like you don't even believe in yourself anymore. It's so good. Dear Tooth Fairy, I am owed 25 cents. I will not be supplying... Also, hello chat, how are you? How is everyone doing today? Not supplying any more teeth until I am paid in full. Lauren. I am owed... Is that a period? 0.25 cents, I see. What child writes 0.25C like this? I'll not be supplying any more teeth until I'm paid in full. It's like when you know that a parent of a child helped them write their letter. What? It's a whole different. Actually, it's a whole different series of letters now. 166408. La Roche Derrière. You de côte fortifiée sur la rivière. Sur la rivière, Chapelle du Calvav. What? It's a fortified area. It's a fortified home? Along the river. It's a fortified homestead along the river. It's probably the best way to say it. Carte postale. La correspondance. I know my French reading sounds like a 5-year-old. Sorry. Hello from La Roche Derrien. I actually apologize for not writing you sooner, but there's just so much to see in the French countryside. It's so lovely. I'm convinced France has the absolute best cheese in the world. Hello from La Roche Derrien. I truly apologize for not writing you sooner, but there's just so much to see. And the French countryside is lovely. I'm convinced. That French accent, by the way, is actually not even real. Like, no one speaks in that accent. Was the absolute best. Has the absolute best cheese in the world. It loves cheese. It loves the cheese. Is my day over? No, right? Well, I wonder if I'm timed on these jobs. See how much you can save inside. Big savings. Inside, there's a human heart. Big savings. I remember this one. I think this was the beginning of the downfall, right? Market Street. San Francisco. 94150. I wonder how much of this will replay, because even this seems familiar now. It seems like once you get to this queue, it's always sort of the same. Question marks. Ah, here we go. Chronophobia is the fear of time. This is the fear of time. 333027 Deer Claus Street. But look, there's actually another address underneath it that you can kind of see. Or maybe, no, it's not. Colorado Springs. CO 80906. There we go. One thing that I am hoping to figure out is how much of this game is just a figment of what the character is feeling, right? Because what if the things that the character is seeing are real? What if it's one of those stories that, depending on how you play it, changes how real the things that you're seeing are? Like when we fall into that pit and something's holding us, right? When we get extinguished, what does that mean? This is the most terrifying kids drawing ever. Kids really do draw the worst things. Her house is blue. They don't understand anatomy or anything, so everything that they make looks terrifying. Julietta Smith. Julietta Smith. Because I'm curious if it goes with that route. Not to say that it would like demean or like ruin sort of what they're making here, but it would be interesting to sort of see that these shadow creatures in a way almost feed on who you are as a person too. Like what if it's that these shadows that move and that are alive are real and they simply feed on your anxiety, and so they're trying to give you more anxiety. So now we get to the latest portion. 23098 Pita Road. And how much of the game changes? Like, do we always go towards the same exit? Like, do we always end up at the same place? I have no clue. From this to that. Salem. See? Salem, Oklahoma. Wendy Morales. Like, maybe the witches are real. And maybe the witches are affecting the world and using the way that we feel to do whatever it is that they're doing. That'd be a cool way of looking at it. But again, it's fascinating that like the second time around, that's ahead. That's for sure ahead. I just don't feel as afraid anymore. Termination. 8825 shelling. Wait, when you turn your head sideways, do you miss anything by looking around? Let's see. Missoula, Montana. Something in the top right is there now. That's the thing that I was like curious about last time. Did I miss that last time? And also this time, I kind of want to go towards the shadows that we see. Just to see what's up. Again, like it's kind of weird how the fear has mostly gone away. Maybe I'm lying to myself, and actually, maybe I'm lying to myself. I actually still do feel kind of afraid. I don't think I'm going to scream as much today though, but I think that's what's interesting about games like this, is that going through it a second time, you get to look at it and then figure out, oh, what is going on? And then how do you perceive it now that you have a clearer conscience, like a clearer mind? 99 L Street, Loop City, NE. There we go. Finger, top left. Art Williams. Here we go. This is the same thing. Art Williams became the first person known to be killed by a robot when a factory robot's arm struck him in the head. I'm also going to get really good at reading these things and deciphering of it from all the mess, because we need to figure... If we end up in the same area, I really want to get past that whole section. Actually, there was nothing standing in the window. It was just that. It was just that building over there. There was never anything standing in the window, really? Huh. Maybe I was crazy the first time. Well, not crazy, but... I guess really the term crazy is a bit cursed. It implies that something's not well with you, but... The workday over, you shield your eyes briefly as you glance outside the subway window towards the right side. Same dialogue, collective idle state. It's all mostly the same, and you're getting... And now you're thinking about trying to get used to the box. It's all the same deal. We look at the bed again. We have to get more income. We look at the door. We can't open it. We just keep checking it. The window can't be seen. Nothing can be seen through it. We look at use a curtain, but we can't see anything through it because there's just a giant floor in the way. Again, I'm just going through it fairly quickly because we've already done it last time, mostly. This is just a... It's weird playing horror games again, twice, because in a way, you kind of want to be able to see what's going on, and you want to almost discover... It's just... I love playing horror games twice because it gives you the opportunity to look at things in a closer way that you wouldn't have been able to the first time because you were too afraid, screaming, right? I'm gonna save that address for later too. Supervised learning, yep, okay, if it still doesn't understand, I'm gonna send some mail to me. I'm gonna try to send some mail towards me. And last time too, it did start saying things like, oh, we need to stop sending mail to you. Is there multiple endings? I think so. So, at the end of the game last time when we did beat the game, there was like, it was like a series of boxes that was filled in, right? Or that could be filled in. And we only filled in one of the boxes. Of which, that felt like there were many, many boxes. So, I think it's possible that there could be like, I don't know, 8 endings, 9 endings, maybe 10. Because it was like 2 columns of 8. Was that there last time? I think so, right? Because I think it was like 2 columns of 8, so maybe 16 total, and we only got 2. So it's achievements plus endings, maybe. So could be anywhere from 8 endings, well, I mean from what like a handful of endings and like a bunch of achievements to maybe all of them are endings? I'm not sure. Most of them are endings. I just don't... Like, I'm trying to figure out how exactly you get the other endings, right? It's why I want to explore this game again, is because what do you do differently from this point on? Like, do I go back? Look behind me? Does that change anything? Nothing. Do I decide to die where I stand by the room? Do I decide to drop dead and just fall to the floor? It is interesting that this game becomes just a typing game at some point. Just focus on typing things now. Maybe based on the dialogue choices. I was thinking that too. Because there's a couple of choices that we do get to make. Especially the one in the middle, which I think is the most important one. Because when we said let it rot, that word showed up again within the letter. And the words that we had, that we could have said, ranged from very, very hopeful to very, very vitriolic and like aggressive, like let it rot. We could even say I forgive you as if something had gone wrong. Very basic, type in whatever. The writing skills of a fish. Yep, mail to travel endlessly, places without a home. Yep, same dialogue. I skim it, I can see it's all the same. That's why I wanted to do this as soon as I could too, because the longer I wait to replay the game, the less memory I have of it. And the less I would know of what not to focus on, if that makes sense. It's a very clinical way of going through an experience like this, but I think it's important because it's like a game like this can go on for a very long time. The gameplay of this game is just typing, and it does take a very long time to go through. Was this here last time? I really can't remember anything. I feel like it's only been a day. Did I not look at this closely the first time? I don't know. Hello, window. Hello, wall. Hello, balls. I do see my eyes focusing on it now. Too scared to remember the first time. I mean, in some way, yeah. And even these letters seem kind of new. Ah! Oh God. Okay, baby. Sorry. I'm still a little nervous. It's still a horror game. I'm still. Just fair warning. I'm a screamer. It feels like I'm in some sort of dream or coma, and I keep trying to understand. And I kept trying to understand if that fact is true or not, but it evades me every time I try and observe it. But before I knew it, my life had wasted by. It feels like I'm in some sort of dream or coma, and I kept trying to understand if that fact is true or not, but it evades me every time I try. The letter... Okay, the thing has appeared at the bottom of my screen, and there's stuff on my screen now. It's actually a tunnel of meat, and the eye is at the bottom of my screen now. That's different. Every time I try and observe it. Before I knew it, my life had wasted by. That's, This game is a little interesting. It's just a little bit interesting. I like how it's even dynamic. Like, it changes the way that it plays out in like very minor ways to sort of make you think differently. It's a different eye from last time too. Well, so that's the thing, right? Is like, at some point we did get 3 eyes all around the PC, and I sort of wonder, is it different? Or is that the same eye that was at the bottom? Or maybe it's the same eye that was on the side? It's like, it's that feeling that I remember having in those anxious states even. Like, when I was anxious, I remember those almost like it felt like panic. I think it was a panic attack. But the way that I couldn't even think straight, that I couldn't even feel, like, that I couldn't even understand things. The way that things didn't stick in my mind, and I sort of look back at those times and I think to myself, what was I doing and what was I thinking? Marvsville, WA 9047 something. 90498. Marvsville, WA, Marysville, 9827. I think, yeah, that's 0. Drive northeast. You only remember the left and the right eye. Exactly. But that's the thing, right? Is like, that's what the game is trying to do to us. It's like, do we really remember that? Is that something that we really do remember seeing? Or was it not there at all? Like this. I swear we just did this. Is the address the same or is it different? Okay, now there's 2 eyes. What am I doing differently here? What? It's the same person. Callie Manson, 7475. Williston, Shelby, NC 28152. It's actually progressing very differently. 6862 Carrion, Le Bureau de Tabernacle. The Tabics of the Presbyterians. Here we go. So in northern France. Now it's a story about France. M is gone. Still in northern France. I'd be lying if I told you it wasn't because of the cheese. Well, is it because of the cheese? Seems like you really like cheese. It wasn't because of the cheese. The view in this postcard might not be much. But I must tell you, keep your eyes open. Think I'm onto something. I've heard some of the locals talk about a gorgeous hidden fountain in the area. Hidden fountain? My French is a little rusty, but rumor has it the water has rejuvenating properties. Perhaps if you see me soon, I may be an infant. Ha ha. What? Rejuvenating properties? It's that feeling of deja vu. All the events are different from last time. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like all the details are different, but it feels so familiar. This game actually lends itself well to being played again because it just feels like you're never really sure of yourself. Chief Executive Manager. And even when the lights turned off, I swear I saw something like an eye at the top of the screen. 2-031 N Skyline Road. Coochies? AZ 86. Coochies? 85606. There we go. Coochies. The shadows. They walk where we walk. They stand where we stand. They bleed where we bleed. I won't type that address. I will type my address. 200 Molino. Apartment 454. Shelby, NC 28152. I want to take this one back to my house. Let's see if the game lets me. Or if I have to meet it. It let me. The game let me. That's gonna show up at my house. Wayne O'Brien. I should have taken the one with the well too. Oh, is it different endings too? You missed my answer. That's because you don't understand the words coming out of my mouth. I don't know. It might be. That's what we're here to discover. That's what we're gonna try to figure out. Because I'm curious if it is. Jarek, Premier Talent Co. 3309 Lucas Street. Is that important? Premier Talent Co. 3307. Ah! Serena Boulevard. Los Angeles. I mean, I could just send it to the wrong place. Why is this being redirected, actually? It's kind of weird. Let's try this. Let's try the first one. Cali. It's Cali Manson again. Let me send this to my home, too. 200 Molino. Apartment number 454. Shelby, NC 28152. Like, they keep sending mail to themselves, and I'm going to take their mail. No, I'm going to take your mail. I'm going to take all of your mail. 200 Molino. Apartment number 454. Hello? 454. Shelby, NC 28152. This has to be a bad thing that I'm doing. Kelly, see? It's giving me question marks. As if it doesn't know who it's sending to anymore. As if it doesn't understand why it keeps sending to me. I really should have copy-pasted that. Under Neon Loneliness. Maybe I can send this too. Maybe sending images back to myself. Am I able to look at the images closer? I mean, I have to be careful not to get fired too. Like, there's a fear that I might get fired here, so. But that would be fitting within the context of the game. Let's see what the game says. Will I have to redo things? No. Please remove me from your mailing list. Daniel Thompson, 296. Wait a minute. It's whenever I do the things that the computer wants me to do. It's whenever I try to type the words that appear that the game is like, oh. It's like the machine is trying to break me away from doing that thing. I'm gonna get fired. Well, I'm gonna get thrown in jail, actually. Please read this, Sarah. Don't throw it away. Whatever they tell you, I need you to know that's not me. Can you see it? I'm taking this to my house. That's mine now. This is also mine. I'm taking this home too. I'm taking this home too. I'm taking everything home. I'm taking this home too. What the chat? I didn't copy paste that. I own the clothes I will die in. I own the clothes. Go home, go home, go home, go home, go home, go home. I don't want to die alone. Go home, go home, go home, go home. I didn't copy paste that. Outsider. This is to me. This is to me. Orchestra Heights. Commit mail fraud. It's fine. No one will know. Yeah, the butt picture. It's the butt picture. Orchestra Heights. I wouldn't want that energy in my home. But the crystals! What do they mean? What did the crystals mean to say to me? We have to know what the crystals mean, chat. We can't just leave them out there. We need to know. Let me save this version too. Callie Manson. I don't want to die alone. Okay. It changed my autocorrect again. It changed my copy-paste again. It keeps changing my copy-paste. To data conversion operator. To me. Send it to me. Send everything home to me. Give me all of Callie Manson's mail. All of Callie Manson belongs to me now. Will the game let me do this? It did! She lived there angry. She died. Let me take this home too. Chat, all this energy is coming home and I'm not ready for it. People will come from miles to watch you burn. Wait, Phantasm. Enthusiasm. 648 Halden. What if I try to type the address on the right side? 648 Halden. Haston. Forms NE? Wait. It's a real place. 088. I just need the number. 001. But there's a face on the top right. FBI opened up, so greedy. He keeps taking our mail. This greedy son of a gun, he keeps taking our mail. Is that 8? 3? No, it has to be a 3. I think we go with the first one. Formoso Forbin. Formosa ND. I think it's the top one. 648 Hastings ND. If I send it there, what happens? Callie Manson, everything that you own is mine. What? This is new. Themistocles, the Athenian general. Don't worry about my capitalization. Who won the Battle of Salamis, was widely rumored to have committed suicide by drinking. For a second, I thought it said Red Bull. Bull's blood. The early 20th century English classicist Percy Gardner, proposed that the story about him drinking bull's blood may have been based on a misunderstanding of a statue showing Themistocles in a heroic pose, holding a cup as an offering to the gods. Wait a minute. And remember, the words that are split apart are important too. How about I just take this home? I can't feel my hands anymore. What am I doing here? I can't feel my hands anymore. I would die in the clothes I own. I would die in the clothes that I own. Humans were never meant to live forever. Humans were never meant to live forever. Who will find my body? What am I doing here? Who will find my body? Bull's blood, the original Red Bull. I mean, that must have been a belief at some point, right? Am I safe? Am I safe? I can't feel my hands anymore. Because, like, you know, it's the idea of, like, oh, the energy that they have, the virility, the anger. Humans were never meant to live forever. Go home, go home, go home. I want to go home. I'm gonna try this again. Give this to me. Send it to my home. Direct to my home. God damn it. Themistocles, the Athenian general who won the Battle of Salamis, was widely rumored to have committed suicide by drinking bull's blood. What's interesting too is that when you do the copy paste and it takes over your copy paste and it makes you copy paste something else, it affects everything. So when I was on the side, I have a notepad with my in-game address on it. But what happened was that when I tried to paste the corrected version into it, it said the words, "I will die in the clothes that I own." It's interesting that it uses that mechanism, because you could intercept it and do that technically. But the fact that it's trying to do that and making it so that it affects your actual clipboard, it's almost as if the game itself is trying to reach out to us. And it's trying to touch us in some way. Whatever it is that is making us feel this way. Whatever it is that is making us say these things. Right? It's a very solid effect. It's a very good effect. And it's unsettling if you have no clue. It's genuinely unsettling if you had no clue why it's happening. Because it's just like, why? What? Fine, send it to my home. Send everything to my home. Everything. Who are you? Give me everything. Every single letter, every single file. I want to see everything. No touchy. No touchy. It's mine. As you do the math, it's becoming clear you're short on rent again. This is already after several late payments. See, this is why I think it's about the anxiety of not being able to make your rent. A vivid message from your manager comes in. The tone now no longer carrying the familiar and fake plastic warmth, but now hard cut and serious. The large amount of mail you sent to your own address by abusing the platform caught their attention. Due to the nature of this mail being outsourced and stuff is still actively being worked on, it's allowed to slide as an accident for now. In no uncertain terms, you're warned if you're caught doing it again, it will be the termination of your contract and reported as a federal crime. As if a switch flips, the tone quickly returns to the familiar, encouraging facade, saying they look forward to working with you tomorrow. And I know that it's a facade because they flipped. Holy shit, chat, it worked. The sound you always hear is a drift in the sleep, like something trying to crawl inside. Still sealed, somehow you kind of wish it would open, not that you want to, you just want to know. No, the windows, same with the windows. Okay, something's changing, things are changing. Things are changing, chat. Hello? We now have more mail to look at. There's an odd smell, same sofa, same everything. What's this? Required notices. Processing mail, official notice. Any employees discovered deliberately abusing the system for their personal desires. Sorry. I'm not doing this because I want to. I have to make rent, and we're here to make money. This is not a scam. This is not a joke. We'll be selling crack. Callie Manson. This letter appears to be addressed to someone. Oh my god. Hey, Callie. Sorry to hear that the job is causing that much pain. Your new double-jointed development is super weird. I didn't know people could develop that so much later in life. But if you get a good night's sleep, it'll all clear up. The writing onward is smeared and illegible. I'm so sorry. I need to go to the washroom really badly. You know the real horror is possibly shitting my pants? I forgot. I can't believe I forgot to shut off the heart monitor. I thought I clicked it. I just kind of like ran to the washroom really quick, and I didn't have time to like take it off because it has a hook on it. So I was like, okay, I'll just leave it on as I go take a shit. He's dying in there. Rest in peace. Wow, heart rate going crazy. 130. Not like this. Woo-wee. Chat, you don't understand. When I felt those pains, I was like, oh, I know this pain. It's the pain of my intestine saying, dear God, get this out of me. Sorry about that. You know, YouTubers, they have it easy. Like a YouTuber who's on their, you know, in their home recording things, right? Guess what a YouTuber has to do when they go take a poopy? They pause, they come back, they don't address it. Who's waiting for them? No one. Only themselves. Because they're the ones filming their own thing. Guess what? In a live comedy, okay? If your comedian needs to go take a shit, like, that's it. They have to go take a shit. There's nothing stopping them, and it's gonna make everything a little bit worse. But now you get the better version of me post-poop. One letter that I should have sent to myself, actually, and I think we have to play through this game multiple times, is the beginning letter, the latest letter. Remember the letter with the triangle insignia? There's something about that letter in particular that looked very important that I think we should view in some way. And also all of Callie Manson's letters, because they're talking about a job. The double-jointedness, as if she's changing. Her actual physiology of her body, of her hands are changing. And double-jointedness, right, is something that you usually notice in your fingers first. Like, I have a double-jointed thumb. I can actually bend my thumb all the way backwards, right? But when you notice that, it's sort of difficult to sort of unsee it, but it's very easy to see it as well. And it sort of makes you wonder, did you always have that? But then think about the relation with the hand and the job that we're doing with all the typing. I wonder if Kelly Manson was an employee here. Kelly Manson? The letter inside appears to be addressed to someone. Oh my god. I'm finding it so hard to move past this. I miss you so much. We had the plan. We were supposed to take over the world together. Now what am I supposed to do? Is there any way you can hear this message? I'm begging you to haunt me? I'd be happier knowing these distortions and strange noises belong to you. Doretta. What do you mean haunt you? She's dead? Kelly died? Inside the envelope appears to be a damaged newspaper clipping with portions scrawled out. Unexplained death of what? Body of somebody found in their home, drowned in the bathtub. Hello? Police unable to find signs of break-in or motivation, making it unclear if this was a suicide or a murder. Had been missing for something. Maybe like 4 months outside it. This was, to me, it suggests your apartment in particular. Opening the letter reveals nothing inside other than an odd smell. Wait a minute! Look at the top left. It's an encoded message. When my anxiety reigns, and there's a math equation. Oh my god, I just realized. If you look very closely, the number of dots is different on every single one. It's a cipher. It's a cipher. You can actually figure it out based on the cipher. My god. Maybe we need to replay the game again. Who sent this remains unclear. It's probably best not to hang on to it. This whole time I was like, I'm playing it like Wordle when it's a cipher. Inside the envelope appears to be a damaged newspaper clipping, possibly connected to some other part. Huh. When coworkers were interviewed about and regularly complaining about being out of breath. 3 something sick days remaining. This is interesting. There's a whole different game that you can play at the same time as the main game. It's sort of fascinating because you would think that you'd be able to play the same game the whole time. But you actually get to play an entirely different game now, too. Where it's like now you're trying to discover what is going on with the space and what is going on with the people who are living in this world alongside you. It's not just a matter of what's happening to you, it's a matter of what's happening to everybody. What's happening to these characters. Polar bear, sunflower. Polar bear loves sunflower. Dog loves sunflower. Dog loves sunflower. The dog loves the sun. Dog loves sunflower. I didn't expect this angle from this game, and the game gives you that hint, right? Is it sends they send the letter to you, and then it's like, oh, then you realize that you can send the mail to yourself. We need to do it for more mail. I think there's so much more details that we're missing, and now that I recognize the cipher, I need to pay attention to the cipher itself now. Because there's something there. There's something going on there. And I did see the figure standing beside the wall, but I think when I took a shit, it calmed me down. Like, you see how my heart rate is now resting at 98, which is still very high because I'm unhealthy, but like, I feel better. You don't understand, chat. Like, I felt like a pain and a knot inside my stomach. I felt it like gnawing at me, crawling and twisting, and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be a problem. And I was thinking to myself, like, I had to like pull, like, I honestly, it hurts so much that I was feeling like maybe I need to check if I can like pull the shit out of my asshole, because that was how painful it was. Maybe the charters live in the same building. For a second, I thought you wrote charters, as if everyone here is sharding their pants. Maybe check if I can open doors. So I was trying to. Usually there's like a circle on my mouse that would show up if I could open doors, but there was nothing. This time at least, there was no way to open them. And this emptiness. I don't think it's just anxiety. I think there's actually a larger plot at play. But I think the anxiety is actually a very important part of the game's dynamic. I think the anxiety that you would feel about being homeless, and them capturing that feeling and the way that it affects our characters' like well-being, I think that is an important part of like how this is manifesting. But there's still something more going on. So there's two layers, right? There's sort of like the implied layer that this is a story about anxiety. This is a story about the impact of anxiety on a person and the way that like homelessness can sort of like traumatize you. And then it's also a story about what is going on in this world with these characters and these things and this organization that we work for and this AI that we're trying to work with, right? Into the weird warehouse, it's all the same dialogue, temporary location. It's all the same dialogue for the same location. Yeah, temporary location, same dialogue. And now it's a little bit different. The characters, all the characters. I mean, probably they probably do live in the same area because the thing that's interesting about this game is that even this office, right, and even like even the noises that we hear and even the things that are happening to us, presumably. Sorry, my nose is oh god. Presumably, whoever is doing this stuff has full control over the space. Full control over even our space. And the only way that they would have full control of our space is if they are in there somewhere watching us do these things, waiting for us, right? Like that has to be the case. I'm gonna send more mail to myself. If I die, that's fine. We redo it, and we send the latest letter back to me instead. Huh? Farts, October. What is this image? Successful monster hunt. Visit of the arts, October 1st. Well, what if I send this? Well, let's see what copy pasting does first. Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? Humans were never meant to live forever. Send this to myself. This is something we need to send to ourselves. Look, it even has a spooky skeleton thing at the top right. Bethel Springs, Maxim Bethel Springs. I wonder what the limit of mail that you can send to yourself is. Chad, I can't move this. I can't flip this over. Why? What is this? The hell is that image? That's a weird image. More data required. Well, I can't flip the image. The sound, it sounds like I'm beating my meat, actually. It sounds very ploppy. It sounds very plappy. It sounds like I'm giving someone back shots. It's really good. Where's the words? I guess that's when... Oh, I see. That's to like make you use the copy paste to see the effect of the copy paste. Common insurance. Wasn't this there in the first run too? There's hands and they're shaving something. Thompson Jones, a lawyer, is in Bangor, Wales. Woke up to find that he had his throat slit. Motioning for a paper and a pencil, he wrote, "I dreamt that I had done it. I awoke to find it true, and died 80 minutes later. He had done it himself while unconscious. An inquest at Bangor delivered a verdict of suicide while temporarily insane. He cut his own throat. That scared the shit out of me. How much mail can I send to myself? How much mail can I send to myself? Who will find my body? Do I even need to do my job well? Probably not, right? Send it again. Send it again. Send it again. Send it again. I forced it through. Give me the mail. Go home. Well, I'm trying to go home. Give me this mail. Send it to me. What's this? Send this to me too. What's this? Send this to me. There must be a code. Nothing vast enters our life of mortals without a curse. No souls. No souls without use. I remember it. So this is... Some portions are the same. Send it to me. Send it to me. I know. Just send it to me. Send it to me. Trust me on this. It's fine. Send it to me. It works. It's like the AI is trying to tell you, stop. Wait. What was this one again? Let it Let it go. This one was let it go. What if I just send this to me? Let it go. Oh, send this one to me. What's this? Reeser was found reduced to ashes among the burned remains of her chair. Despite being... Hey, right, this is the... Wait, this is the other half. Wait a minute. The last time we saw this was the right half of the chair. Of the spontaneous combustion. Wait a minute. Send it to me. Just trust me on this one. Good. Call into the void. Send it to me. Do I feel safe? I don't know. I can't feel my hands anymore apparently. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just send this to me. I know it's a federal crime, but it's fine. I know it's a federal crime, but you can't stop me. If I'm gonna be like, if I'm gonna die, then there's no need to worry about the feds if you're gonna die, right? There's no need to worry about them. They can't hurt you. Just send it to me. Just send it to me. Just force it through. Just send it to me. Just send everything to me. Every single paper, every single letter. As I shit my pants. As I shit my heart out on the toilet. Edward II was rumored to be... Right, body. This is the one that... It was like, oh, body. The human body. Was that an image of an eye? I can't tell. What am I doing here? I want to go home. I want to go home. Daniel Thompson. This one, send it to me. Unsubscribe. 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 Remove me from the list. Unsubscribe, please. Surely the police will break down my door at some point, right? Surely. We took a boat around the coast and we'll be stuck here on this island for a few days before my next stop. Despite appearances, this is actually a lovely, quaint little island village. I think I'll enjoy my time here, to a different address. Ouessant, Finistère, Petit Port de Lampeau. Yes, boss. All letters were actually addressed to me. Boss, you don't understand, right? Because I'm actually really famous in this city. You just don't know it. Everybody loves me. Let it rot. So this time, I didn't choose the words, let it rot. I didn't choose those words this time. But it still says, let it rot. That's weird. They would choose to say that here. Let it rot. Let it rot. Do you feel safe? And I swear that's a cipher. Those symbols... I swear that's a cipher. There's a puzzle here. Like, there is actually like a deeper puzzle to this game that we didn't really see the first time. We were too... Again, it's sort of the beauty of this game is that when you're too afraid, you just don't notice the puzzle. But now we know that the cipher has a consistent pattern to the dots. And now we know that the letter that you send to your own home can tell you things. If I can send the latest letter, if I can go back in time and send the latest letter to my home and see what's inside of that thing, maybe it'll help guide us further. Because something is here. Something's trying to speak to us. Send this to my home. More data. Right. EDC E. What if I just break the monitor by doing it wrong? You can't do that. Okay. EDCVBNYHNYGVRGN. Okay, this time don't be afraid. Feel no fear. See that? Someone's standing there. If I touch them, what happens? If I touch them, it doesn't matter. See? Like, the second time around, it's not that scary. So now we focus on seeing... See, there's a person here. They're right here. They're just standing here. They actually don't... Is the bitrate dying? Sorry. I'm trying not to, like, kill the bitrate, but it is, like... It's not my fault, okay? Look, the game has a bitrate. It's just the way that the game is. It's just the way that the game is, okay? You'll scare me. I'm not afraid of you. Shadow person. It's all my mail now. Let's see what my boss says. Not bitrate. It's just scare emote. Wait, is that the scare emote? Sorry. Did the noise scare you? Sorry. No touchy. A call from your manager furiously comes in as you sit riding the subway home, telling you that you're fired, effective immediately. And you're lucky that this is all that will be happening. You've abused the mailing system too many times, and they will have no more interest in working with anyone who isn't willing to cooperate. Unable to pay the rent due immediately and now risking homelessness, you realize you only have one choice left: to move back home. I can't even look at the mail. Fired ending. Everyone, thanks for watching part 2 of... No, I'm just kidding. We're going to continue this. We need to figure out what's going on. We've been fired, but now we have some tools. Now we have some tools to work with. The cipher is the big one. There's a cipher. There's a formula on the outside of mail. There's a formula on the outside of mail which requires the solution... Requires solution to the cipher. Sent 20 mails to myself. Discover all the letters addressed to a former data conversion operator. See? They were a former data conversion operator. Callie Winston. I took all of her mail, and I figured out that she died. But there was no signs of forced entry. There was no sign of anything. She just died. Resident, I'm dead letter department 2. Resident evil. Dead letter department. Dear love, we're gonna do the most important pieces of mail. My time here has been brutal. I keep dying and coming back to this place. I keep getting fired and hired. Life sucks. Honey, I miss you. I'm having a rough time. I got a data entry job. I just typed some junk. Babe, I'm so sad. I know I fucked everything up. I know my life is ruined. I know that I treated you poorly. I know that everything sucks. Do you miss me yet? Please miss me. Please take me back home. This place sucks. Later. Me. By the way, the mod has officially christened me. I don't know if you all missed it, but my name is this on Twitch, but the mod, in writing the rules for the channel, she made this new rule called Stay Hydrated. When you start watching a Licky stream, you must drink a... Hey mod, I thought you were gonna enforce your rules. What happened to the rule? Everyone, you have to drink a glass of water every 4 hours, otherwise you get banned. Get to work! Get to work, moderator! Come on! Come on! Get to work! Come on! Okay, licorice? Wait, okay, let me type out my address here. Cipher. So, licorice. Orchestra Heights. 200 Norton. Here we go. It's always the same apartment number, which is interesting, but the place changes. So, where we're located is inconsistent. It's always different. Is there a way to, like, bunny hop so we can move faster? Is there a way so I can, like, fly to work faster? Hey, anybody want to, like, what the hell is this? Chat, the lights on. That's new. It wasn't like that last time. That's really new. Hey, anyone want to go, like, do a rideshare thing? How many of you actually go to work with your coworkers? Like, how many of you go in the same car as your coworker to work and you guys, like, share the ride? Because I would feel very annoyed of that, because it's like, what if you want to go home but they have to go grocery shopping? Or what if they have to go pick up their kid and you have to follow them? It's like, no, I just want to go home, man. Just drop me off. At least with a taxi driver or something, you can yell at them until you get home. Not that you should, but, like, you can. Not that you should. But, like, with your coworker, it's like, oh, you gotta pick up your kid? Yeah, sure, because if you say no, forget your kid, and drive me home, then you're the asshole. You know what I mean? Yeah? Anybody understand? Anyone pick him up and put it down? No? Anyone? No? Anyone? Hello? Anyone? I think about the co-worker dynamic a lot. So it begins a new night, same job, picked up the title, okay, same job career, typing junk, fairly stable, new location, middle of nowhere, warehouse, nobody's here, I'm all alone. I'm all alone. We're getting closer to some answers. Some real interesting questions are being posed by the game here, and we're getting some real interesting answers. And stairs are hard to program. I get it. You used to share a ride with your mom. Oh, you guys worked in the same company? Aw, and you had to wait late for her to get home. That sucks. Do you like my change of opinion? It's like, aw, and then, ooh, that sucks. But see, that's the thing, right? But at the same time, it's like, at least, I mean, that is kind of cool to work with your parent. At the same time, though, maybe you don't have a good relationship with your mom. Or maybe your mom is a micromanager. Like, the worst thing to learn is when you learn that your parent is a bad worker. Because let's say you're good at your job and your parents bad at your job, then it's like, oh shit, this is gonna be a real awkward ride home. It's like, Mom, I need those reports by tonight. Stay in the office. Imagine managing your own parents. Please type in the text in the field. I'm gonna send this to my home. You're coming home with me right now. To our dear valued customer at Dawson Lake, join the Kudan Card family. Pre-approved one intro. What is this? Furniture. Mayor's Furniture. Steady and on time. CRM. I hate the word CRM with a passion. If you don't know what a CRM is, you're very lucky that you don't have to deal with that like world of like software and just like work. Finally fucking made it. House on the Rock. I just stole all the pieces of mail. We haven't even gotten to the latest yet. But I need this. This is an important piece of mail. I need to like recognize the important mail. Like, this is important. Dear God, please help my dad. He is in the doctor's office and is very sick. I don't like him sad. What happened? The copy paste died. It's all corrupted. Maybe this is a form of the cipher. Could he use this as part of the cipher? No, it's just a corruption. As if the AI is trying to stop me from stealing everything. Give me this too. You were in different buildings and departments. It was fine, and you did have a good relationship. She was higher up, so she did a lot of overtime, and you did a lot of waiting. You did a lot of waiting until you got your own car. That's good then. Yeah, that's good. And you know, it's always interesting to like see people at the higher up sort of like work with their kid, because I always wonder, like, you know, do they have like a different way of working with their child versus like strangers? Julietta Smith. This is important. Just steal every single piece of mail. But still, I'm glad that you have your autonomy back. Not to say that like you didn't have autonomy, but like sometimes, you know, it's always good to get away from the nest, right? You can't always be there with the family. You gotta step away from the nest at some point, so it's nice. They didn't let me steal that one. Let me steal this one. I've stolen like 20 pieces of mail. At least 20 pieces of mail. I'm gonna learn about R. Williams. Official business. Penalty for private use. Maybe the reflagging for processing, maybe the flagging for reprocessing is a sign of like, don't steal this one. Maybe that's the way that the game tells you this is one that you shouldn't be stealing. Okay, bets on what my boss is gonna say. The workday's over. You shield your eyes. The time is now active with people quietly exiting. You become like accustomed to it like cockroaches. Isolate the room. Is my boss gonna call me? As a vivid message from your manager. Tone carrying plastic. Yep, caught their attention. It's just an accident for now. Okay, so you only get to do it one day. Once. Holy shit, that's a lot of mail. Wait, that's a different piece of mail. Official notice. This one came earlier than before. To Sharon Gentry down the street. The letter contents are very difficult to read due to the erratic handwriting, but Bill seems to hope Sharon is doing well after her recovery from something. Enclosed also is some sort of certificate and a thin chain necklace. Take the necklace and sell it. Kudan family. It appears to be just junk mail. Jessica Richards, the first one. Jessica. It's the first time for everything. Don't feel discouraged. Like Mom always said, sometimes it takes a lot of burned cakes to figure out the right temperature to work at. Diane. Enclosed is a cute little drawing alongside the signature. What's the drawing? Can I see it? That's useless mail. Finally fucking made it. That's useless. Well, maybe I didn't look at it carefully. Well, looks like you got yourself a free random magazine. Okay, I stole useless junk. The latest mail, like the latest, Laetus, Laetus. That was the most important one, and I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Is there a faster way to get fired? What's the speedrun technique? Like, have people found a way to get through the wall yet? Is there a way to like bunny hop? Does anyone know this stuff yet? I didn't see that shadow the first time. That's new. But I think I know what I need to do. I need to focus on getting only the most important pieces. Because only 5 pieces of mail ever show up under your door. If you go over, I think that's it. I think you lose the space for everything else. So I think what I need to do is I need to focus on only the 5. And the most important 5 are probably the latest mail, the fully black one. That's like, you know, it's like ripped up. It's like got like black ink all over it. There's the Chronocopia one. What's it called again? The Chronopticon, the Fear of Time one. That one's very important. And I also didn't realize, but there's almost like a haze falling down from the ceiling. Almost like a shadowy haze. Okay. Let's try to steal some more mail, and then we'll figure out what's important. Yep, basic work manual, not terribly surprising, right? And maybe we do some of them correctly, and we only steal the ones that are going somewhere else, right? Like, it's like... Because it seems like you can steal up to maybe twice, and it's okay, but not too much. But the limit seems to be pretty high. Who is Carolyn Holm? I don't know. But I guess we're about to find out. Bring this home. This is important. It has a thing on it too. Carolyn Holm went missing. Take this too. Farmer thing. Wish you were here. Wait a couple of days. This one isn't important. Jonas and Al, 3962 Mellon Street, Portland, Oregon, 97232. Okay, so this one's good. This is very important. We'll bring this to my house. It's all coming home to me. See, it has a weird code on it. And also like a weird shield emblem too. Though maybe this one... Maybe I can't steal this one. Let's see. Something did appear on screen though. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. It's mine. But if I'm correct... If I'm correct, then the ones that tell me that it has to be reprocessed are the ones that you have to do correctly. Everything else can be taken back home. And they're effing incredible, same as last time, Liz. If I'm correct. But even then, there's still too many, because each and every single one is like 5 times. Wait a minute, that's my address, or that's my area. She lives in my area, Carolyn Holm. Dear God, please make Dad feel better. I don't like him sick. Dear God, please, 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 please make Dad feel worse. I love it. I want him to die. Jay. Actually, there's a different symbol on this one, too. There's a... Urgent final notice. Retirement accounts. Wait a minute! Chat. I can't be afraid of homelessness if I steal someone's retirement money. I'm a genius. Oh, I'm a genius. Take this home. Why? You can't be afraid of homelessness if you just steal someone's money. Of course. I'm a genius. Take this home too. This is important. The shadows. They walk where we walk. They stand where we stand. Maybe the goal is you have to choose one per day. Orchestra Heights 200 Norton 545 Montour IA 5173. This is the cipher. It seems like it's the same cipher too. So if I just I don't know how to screenshot this really quickly. I'm going to have to like screenshot this very quickly. But it's like, because it really only makes sense if I zoom in. Is there like an easier way to screenshot where I can zoom in at all times? And I can press a different hotkey to like do it, or? I'm holding Control tilde to. Oh, I know. Whole new hotkey. We actually do rebind keys. If I do the zoom thing as like this, close enough. There we go. Perfect. This cipher is actually weird. The dots, the number of dots matter. The screenshot actually looks awful. That's not good. What's this? Do you see this, chat? What the fuck is that? Is that something I installed, right? Is that something that I installed? Windings or whatever? Well, windings, but also like very detailed windings. Like I don't think it's like fully windings. I think it is like an actual cipher. Because look, if you look carefully, I don't know if it shows up on the Twitch, but the first letter and the second letter had the same dots, but that third letter, see how after the first black square, the dots almost overlap a little bit, like slightly off. Or maybe I'm going crazy. No, actually, the number of dots are all the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense, actually. Let IC equals X equal 2. And sign, upper sign, time sign, new at 4. Like, there's no way this thing is composed of the same 2 letters. Is it? The whole thing? What? Or maybe it's just nonsense. Maybe it's nonsense and that isn't a cipher. Return to sender. Raymond and Semper. Can you see it? All I know is Ray. I don't want you to see anyone. What's also interesting too is that there's a continuity to the letters. Like, I don't know if you've been noticing this too, but like, I've been noticing it from my perspective where it's like the contents of the letters continue on from the last playthrough almost. It's a little odd to me. Wait a minute, I just realized to data conversion operator, this is the cipher. This is the cipher. You use the highlight. I think you overlay the highlight on whatever it is that you'd want to read. There must be a piece of text somewhere that's important. I don't know. Don't tell anyone I sent you this. Please, Joanna Moore. Okay. And look. No eyeballs. Carolyn Holm was not able to break free. There's no eyeballs. That's weird. John Rodriguez. Mickey Jane. Was this a great show? Wow, this was a great show. Can't wait for you to visit. We can check it out. Much love, Vanessa. Mickey, maybe Joan? Mickey John. 4078 Mendham. Laughlin MV. That is terrifying. A dog is... Jesus. All good pet store. I don't know, the dog is terrifying. Laura Shonda. 439 Morrow Road, South Lebanon. Wait, America has a Lebanon? What do you mean America has a Lebanon? What? A very loud thunder. Thought it was a storm. I raised my arms in front of me. I had to touch my face. I thought I didn't have it anymore. Didn't have it anymore. It said that the air this place was double the intensity. Right, I remember reading this of the bomb. Be found. It anymore. Be found. Dismembered and pulverized. Be found. Send it to me. Ah, he has such a way with words. Ma pièce de résistance. Outsider. Orchestra Heights. 200 Norton. Apartment. WSD is wrong. Send this to me. Okay. A very loud thunder. I thought it was the store. I raised my arms in front of me. I had to touch my face. I thought I didn't have it anymore. It said the air displacement was double the intensity generated by the dropping of an atomic bomb, as half of the victims found outdoors were dismembered and pulverized, with very little of them remained to be found. Okay, now the eye is staring at me because I'm doing what the eye wants me to do. So as you do what the computer wants you to do, it looks at you more, and then your manager sits behind you to micromanage you. Okay, we're getting somewhere to, like, we're getting to an understanding of how this works. I don't know the limits of how much mail you can take, but I know what you need to do now. Take only the first 5 most important pieces of mail. That's it. Call when your manager furiously comes in, we're fired. It's so hard to steal mail. It's so hard to, like, steal mail from people. Back in my day. Wait, look at the bottom. Belief engine, don't give up. At the bottom, it said don't give up. Why did it say that? Fired. Time to complete. You got fired in 19 minutes. That's pretty good. I'll just use count times self-mailed. Nothing new. WPM average minus 999. I know what to do. We're only gonna steal the most important pieces of mail. We're slowly piecing together some history. There's a Carol at home, there's like multiple different people, and whoever's writing that mail is talking to me. Dear Mom. Dear Mother. My time here has been rough, but nothing compared to the hell that was back home. The city is weird and cool. The city is far much better. That's a new line. Oops, I got a data entry job. I didn't mean to click that so soon. Sorry, my fingers got heavy. I don't regret leaving. Turns out I guess I miss you after all. I don't regret leaving. Actually, I take it back. I actually miss you. Take care, bye. Make up your mind, son. Make up your mind. You can delete stuff on the letter. You me again. Okay, so I don't think there's a cipher. But there is something about it. Wasn't a real foreplay though. What are we missing? What am I missing? Where do I live? Who am I? What is my new identity? Orchestra Heights. 800 Wani, apartment number 545, Huffman, AL 35235. Okay, write that down. Notepad. And we're gonna go and we're gonna make some money. I wonder if I can run down the hallway fast enough to see what's going on over here before the light breaks. Before the light, no, but the light will always break. Interesting. See? This door doesn't have a drawing the first time. Wait a minute. Maybe that's the sign. That kid is the kid who's making those drawings at the door. The kid who's talking about their father who's dying. I think you were right. I think all the characters do live in this one building. Because why else would that drawing appear, right? It's appearing because that's the kid who's talking about they don't want their father to die. It's to show that there's a child there who like makes those like childish drawings. Like a hint of like life going on. I mean, it could also just be the natural progression of life of, you know, I don't know, the longer you live in a place, the more things about that place that you see, right? People love to decorate their homes like, you know, with shiny rocks and stuff, so makes sense.
Please stay clear of the door.
New locations all the same, okay. I feel like I'm stuck in the time loop. Always here, always doing the same thing. Always living the same job, same life, same day, every day. All day, every day, same moments. Nothing's new, it's all the same, nothing's new. I just need to steal one piece of mail. One letter, one hit, and I'm good. Give me just one thing. Just give me one thing. One piece of mail. one thing. We know that Jessica Richards is dead. I don't need this. Again, we can't waste it on things that we know. She died mysteriously in her bathtub. Drowned. Police suspect nothing. We know about her story. Hey, hiya, hun. Lord, this trip has been a mess, but I'm still having fun. The left arm is still acting up. Even though I lost it in the accident, I feel it's still there, actually. Actively trying to prevent me from writing sometimes. Isn't this the phantom limb thing? The phantom limb syndrome? I guess technically it no longer belongs to me. Maybe it's resentful. Anywho, I better get ready for the presentation. Love you. And hug the kids for me. That's an interesting phrase. Okay, what themes do we know about the game? The shadows, they walk where we walk. They bleed where we bleed, they stand where we stand. As if it's resentful of me, as if the arm that I lost is resentful of me. Because, and think about this, souls without a use. Why does it say souls without a use? Is it our souls, or is it the souls that are standing around, that are waiting for a body? And then at some point we get a phrase that's like, oh, this body, the importance of the word body comes into play. And why is that important? It's as if the shadows are trying to get a body. And so, maybe she is correct. Maybe it is resentful of what happened because she didn't take care of the body that wasn't hers, that belongs to somebody else, that was going to be somebody else's. And it's not her arm that's resentful, it's what would have taken it from her. Confidential hope surety. That's interesting. Confidential. And that mark. Benefit information. Wait, this is a scam. This is a scam. Carolyn Cook, don't take this home. This is a scam. 508 West Palomino Road. Chino Valley. Is it Chino or is it Cheeto? Chino Valley. That's weird. But that's normal too. Heyo from Yermo. Orbo Glorbo. This place took Kitsch hostage and fell in love with it. And they're Bonnie and Clyde-ing common sense. What is Bonnie and Clyde-ing common sense? Is it they're throwing common sense away? What does that even mean? What is the meaning of that phrase? Bonnie and Clyde-ing common sense. It's almost like a thing that you would... Because Bonnie and Clyde are two people who are like... They're partners in crime, right? But then Bonnie and Clyding, using that phrase, your partner in criming, no. What did they do? They stole it away. And what does it mean to steal it away? It means to take it apart, to like take it away from somewhere. This is a weird letter. I think we waste one of our things on this. This is very important. Yeah. We need to save one for the latest. Ushuaia. Hello. From one of the most southern cities. Southern cities in the world. Tomorrow, I get on a boat to Antarctica. And we'll see whales and chase penguins and probably get seasick. I hope the deal is going well. The coffee and men are quite good in Argentina. Never stop Penguin Post Office. Love M. 2016. Love M. Latest I think comes now. At the end of this section. This we have to bring back home. For sure. That's like 100% guaranteed. Yeah, that's a great address, yeah. What? Is that an ass? That's ass. That's ass. Have plants turning into a pain in the butt? I don't know, man. I don't sit like butt cheek naked on the floor. Great places to get wet. Victoria, Hamburg. You're gonna love to get wet. Wait. Travel plans turning into a pain in the butt. Here you can get wet. You want to get wet here? I love getting wet. I love getting you wet. Oh, you naughty, hamburger. Well, what's the name? Redmond, Washington, 98052. Yay, more butts. And this one was a very clear butt, too. Very clear. Hello from Ohio. That's a nice image. Love him. This is the one. I need to bring this one home. You're coming with me. What? Maybe this one I can't take home. This one has to go somewhere else. No. Flagged for reprocessing. That's probably important. So if I do this and it says flagged for reprocessing, maybe I can avoid my boss being like, hey, this is illegal. You can't do this. I will report you to the police. The FBI. Julietta Smith. This is important. Did I even read this yet? I don't think so. That's 3. This is 3 now. 2 left. This is 4 now. This I don't need. Wendy Morales, 785 Brownville. Bags, Wyoming, 82831. Something like that. Yeah, good. Arvada, oops, wrong one. This is the most important one. But we're good. It literally doesn't matter if I get fired from this point on. We got all the important pieces of mail. Bags, Wyoming, 82321. Perfect. And if I'm correct on my theory, they won't get mad at me for stealing this mail because I can just take this. But also, I need to keep in mind whoever is in my city. I need to find the mail of... I need to take those mails. So any mail that's in my city, I think is my coworker. As long as it's within Huffman AL, that's my coworker. They might not live in the same building, but because they're in my city, we know that they work at the same place. I feel like I'm in some sort of coma, some sort of dream. This one, let's try and take this. Perfect. Okay, that's it. We'll try to take this too, but I think we're at the limit, so it doesn't really matter. 8825 Shelling. Missoula, Montana, 59807. R. Williams became the first person known to be killed by a robot when a factory robot's arm struck him in the head. I can't wait to see our stolen goods. I feel like a pirate, you know what I mean? Like we went on like a nice little mission on a heist, and you don't know what you got because it's all within a chest, and so then you get home and it's like, oh, what do we get to see? Will our manager call us? Yep, our manager calls us. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you steal. It matters the number. The moment that you steal anything, they just go, it's too much. What is this? Whatever this letter was, it's no longer recognizable. It comes apart even as you still try to open it, leaving stains on your hands. Feels like I'm in some sort of coma. This is the one. Something about this letter. Holding it makes your head feel foggy and distant. Ministry of Home Affairs. Bringing the poor, the needy, and the talented to the limelight of fame, riches, powers, and security. So... there's actually, I know about barcodes somewhat. I had to work with barcodes a lot from a technical perspective. There's actually quite a few formats for barcodes that are fairly standardized. So I don't know, barcode formats, probably the best way to find it. Here we go. You have things like code 39, code 128, an EAN code, a data matrix. I wonder what format this barcode falls under, and what information you could glean from it. Because bringing the poor, needy, and talented to the limelight of fame, riches, powers, and security seems like an interesting phrase. Get recognized in your business, political race, rise to the top in whatever you do, be protected spiritually and physically. All these you'll achieve in the twinkle of an eye and get initiated into the great Illuminati Empire. What? Belly Hatfield. It's bruised the contents of this letter. You can't help but notice that there's nothing significant about it. Oops. Latest? Hopefully latest. It is. The lengthy letter appears to be between two colleagues, full of esoteric jargon you can't wrap your head around. Underneath this, the author expresses a profound homesickness. Part that stands out is a memory of the two of them, visiting an out-of-the-way, forgotten shrine together, nestled in a sea of towering glass-sized skyscrapers. Like they want to go home? Like how I want to go home? Like how our character wants to go home. That's weird. Unexpected. But one of that latest thing is almost a mirror of who we are. And in esoteric jargon that we don't understand, almost implies that they're talking about things not just in a way that we don't understand, but maybe it could be even further, like as in it would be impossible for us to understand it because it's not even something that we speak. I know that seems like a stretch because esoteric jargon is something as simple as like, what's your PDA or like what's your ETA, right? But in the context of the game and the shadows, I wonder if it's the shadow version of ourselves talking with the shadow version of someone else. And then what if I double back here? Upon hearing that noise, what if I go back? Hello? Hello? Who made that noise? Who made that noise? Will the shadows expect me to come back home? There has to be something to you being able to come back home, too. Like, it's a weird... Or how do I explain this in a better way? How do I frame this observation? Everything in this game is very intentional. Every single piece of material, whether it's a letter or just something that you see in the walls, is important in some way. Even the ability for you to go back home feels like it's an important act that you can do. Because why would the game let you do that if it wasn't necessary to like find something interesting or maybe something secret? Not that it matters. I can't steal anything anymore, and the game forces you to steal one thing here. The game forces you to steal one thing here. And maybe if I only steal this one thing of the outsider thing, do I get put in jail? If I don't, then maybe it's fine. So we'll do this entire day normally. Dear Santa Claus, I saw you looking in my window the other day. What? Please come inside next time. Don't... Kid, you gotta run. For your life. Blondel Olmsted. This is my coworker. See that? This is my coworker. One of my many coworkers. Steal it. Stupid. Wait, my job is over. This is also my coworker. Steal it. Canadell. Ah! Sorry. Kristen Vines 2610 Canadell. Bandana, Kentucky 4202. See? Why choose Blondell? That's deeply unsettling. It's asking me why I chose Blondel Olmsted. As if it's asking me, like, hey, why her? Why this person of all people? It's very unsettling. Guilty. Steal this too. Just steal it too. I think everything that you need to steal comes on day 2. It's the same set of weird letters on the side. Orchestra Heights. 800 Wani. It's the same thing. 800 Wani. What if I give them my name? Instead of just saying outsider, I say it's my name. To data conversion operator. To me. Nobody ever found Blondel Olmsted's body. See, as if the person who's writing this is trying to tell me that it's not important, leave her alone. She's dead, leave her alone. No need. Steal this one too. Steal this one too. You steal everything. 593304 857 2103 2203 876 789. I'm also realizing too that as you type correctly, as you enter the data as it expects it, the year 3005, as you enter data in the way that the game that it seems like the AI expects. What was that noise? The acceptance of the AI is something that you earn over time by how well you commit what it is that you're doing. Who will find my body? That's a weird thing to say in the middle of this Blondell Olmsted thing where they couldn't find her body. Longing for another place, somewhere out there, that is where you truly belong. Not this place. It is not it. Your home, it's only just temporary, and you're waiting for your real life to begin somewhere. That's a fascinating sentence. A longing for another place, somewhere out there, is where you truly belong. Not this place, it's not it. Your home, it's only just temporary, and you're waiting for your real life to begin somewhere. Within the context of the game, the shadows that we see, right? They stand where we stand, they walk where we walk, they bleed when we bleed. They're not living their life yet. Their life is somewhere else. But what if the shadow is just actually our shadows? What if it's our being, our very shadow? Like, we carry our shadow with us, right? But the shadow mirrors us. It sorry, not mirrors us, but like it follows us because it's where we were at all times. I mean, this was sort of like the concept of like, well, what a shadow is. Not really the physicality of it, right? In the context of you fearing that you might become homeless, this is a fascinating phrase because it's not like you really have a choice. If anything, it feels like a coping mechanism to say as if this is not it and this is temporary. But maybe that's also like an attitude that goes into it where it's like, it's temporary, therefore you don't really need to care about it. Because you're so used to the idea of being homeless. You're so used to always being on the streets that it doesn't feel like there's even a point to feeling like any place can truly be home. That every place is just a temporary holding pen until you get released back onto the streets. But then, even for a character, it's based on the story that you can write for the character, whether they leave because they want to or because they don't want to, whether they leave for opportunity or because they simply are sick of what their life was. This echoes that too. Because it's a place that we're trying to find a place where we truly belong, because where we were, we didn't feel like we belonged. And even thinking about it, even the most hopeful, nicest part of the message, where we could say to our love that we miss them and all these things, we never say that we miss where we were. We always say that we miss them, the person that's there. We never truly say for any of the choices that the place that we came from was any good. As if somehow, naturally, the place where we came from was always bad, no matter what the reason was. And then even personally, this is an interesting phrase to listen to because in many ways I feel this too, right? This is the beauty of the writing of this game. It's so many layers to it that you can sort of interpret it all these different ways. Even I think of this idea of like, oh, I'm waiting for my life to truly begin, but if I'm waiting all this time and I never really get there, then has my life ever really begun? And then what am I waiting for? It's a real question to have to answer at some point because the answer is sort of unsettling in the sense that I should have started my life a long time ago, and it started the moment that I woke up and started breathing. And I started having feelings and thoughts and emotions. Like the moment that I began to live, that I was truly alive, was the moment that I came to life. So what are you waiting for? It's almost like a message as if to say, what are you waiting for? And in a way, you can reflect on it like that. For others, it is a matter of maybe you do have to leave, but even then, it's like, what are you waiting for? What the fuck did I just drink? That tasted awful. Oh god. Hi, I'm cold. And I love it. Hi, I'm cold. I love it. Jesse, 5, 10, 15, 2015. I love it here. But I'm cold. And they're bad Wi-Fi, so I'm... Oh yeah, this is the K-drama person, so I'm behind on my K-drama. And it's fucking gorgeous. Pun intended. Deal. I wonder if the chair being moved to behind my back isn't even like a ghost. It's not even a shadow. It's not a micromanager. It's a coworker who's impressed with how well I'm doing the typing. Like maybe it's my coworker going, damn, this guy's sick with it. I need to take this home. Day 2 is when you need to take all the important things home. Like this one. Sarah, read this. Blomdale Olmsted. Blondell Olmsted. Like, even this one. Chief Executive Manager of the Skyline Coochie. Chief Executive. Fragile. I own the clothes I would die in. I didn't mean to write that. Oops, sorry. Chief Executive Manager. 20331 N Skyline Road, Coochies, AZ 85606. That's a hard question to answer. That like that statement of like, oh, we're just waiting until our life starts. It's so hard to think about because in many ways we're sort of waiting for that one perfect opportunity, but there's never really a perfect opportunity. You just have to make the most of what you have now. But at the same time, I remember when I first left my home to live my own life. I remember the joy that I felt because finally I was free from very difficult situations, honestly. But in the end, it never made my choices clearer. That's sort of the weird part. It brought about a peace in my life, but it never made clear what I must do to live my life. It was a very strange position to be in. Because you would think that in peace, you would then have the opportunity to understand what it is that you need to do and understand who you are and what you aim to be. But I found I was still lost in the end. So to sort of think of, like me thinking back on that phrase that I've read in this game, it's very powerful because even in all that peace you're living right now, you kind of have to start. I feel like you still need to start at the moment, even if you feel like it would make your life a little bit better. Obviously, it wasn't so bad that my life was in danger. Well, at times, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like so dangerous, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get fired. Nice introspection. We end the day on a beautiful philosophical note, right? A life story, and then we just get fired and we die. We're hopeless. We're hopeless. We're hopeless. It doesn't matter. We're hopeless. A call from your manager furiously comes in. You're fired. Okay. First day, esotericism. Second day, we save all the theft until the second day. Because, and that's why the game forces you to do the outsider bit. You always have to steal something on the second day. Always. When mail is sent to your address, that one time, on the second day, you choose the most important pieces to take home with you. That's what you need to look out for. You can do it on the first day to get some interesting bits and pieces, right? Background lore. But it's the important parts that change your path in this game, I think, happen on that second day as part of the outsider piece of mail. And you only have 5, so you need to choose very carefully which of the 5. Dear Father, my time has been rough, but nothing compared to my life with you. This city sucks, but it's still an upgrade. Leave out. Just the simplest options. Bottom option. I don't regret leaving. I don't miss you. Wow, there's no option to say like fuck you. I guess that's only for the bottom option. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. Me. Thanks for nothing. I have so much coffee in my veins. I'm like 95% caffeine at the moment. My body is not made of water. It's made of caffeine. Delicious, hard to the core caffeine. I'm just pure Dover. Oh, I should have named myself Ben, right? So because then I could be Ben and I live in Dover. I can be Ben of Dover. Ben, and then, you know, eventually it's like, you know how, like, back then, last names came about because of, like, who you were. It's like, oh, you would be Ben of Dover, and then your last name would be Dover at some point, and then they would stop calling you Ben of Dover. They just call you Ben, Ben Dover. Sorry, I'm, You know I'm 30? Actually, you know what's funny? I have a friend. They're like, I don't know, 26. They're like a cousin of another friend. I can't remember what I said, but I was like, oh, something D's, and then he made the joke of something D's nuts. And then all the other 30-year-olds laughed too. And I was like, what's wrong with us? Like, fundamentally, well, like, why do we do this to ourselves? Respectfully, no. I'm Ben of Dover. Call me Ben Dover. I don't know, what's like another thing that's like Ben Dover? Mike Hawk. I'm Mike of the Hawk clan. Call me Mike Hawk. I don't know. There's more in there. There's more in there, but I don't know. Day one, do it normally. Be normal. Choose the major 5. Jessica Richards. 9776 Lafayette Shore, Rockfield, Wisconsin. 53022. You're older and it's so funny. Thank you. See, I think there's no such thing as immature humor. There's just people who have a stick up their ass. Like, it's still funny. And also, thank you for being older. Every time someone older comes in, I'm like, yes! That's the people I'm trying to get. You know what I mean? I don't want children to come in the stream. Not that, like, children are bad, but, like, this is not a stream for kids. But also, like, there's conversation that you can have with an older person. It's like, yes! Cooper, 2384 Second Drive. Second Drive Northeast. Marysville, WA 9. What? 8. 2384 Second Drive. Northeast Marysville. 270. Yeah, 98270. To our valued customer at 67632 Dawson Lake Road. Oh, it actually got everything. Nice. You even got the capitalization issue that I had. Wait, that's the wrong address. Sorry. Dawson Lake Road. Yeah, I always enjoy whenever I get like a older audience because it's like, I don't know, it's just nice. It's like my people are here. I already have too much of like taking care of kids in real life, so it's nice to talk to people that are like my age and older. I was actually talking to my niece recently, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm graduating soon. Isn't that crazy?" And I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "I remember when you were a baby." It's kind of crazy. What do you mean you're graduating soon? I just got my life in order. I gotta go. I figured this out too. Oh shit. Okay. Well, and I was like, "Okay, honey, we'll figure out how to get to your graduation." Grandma. Her house is blue. Huh. 33 oh 7. Sorry, I'm not gonna speak much. This section, like, it's weird. The typing game is still engaging. Like, I actually don't mind doing the typing game itself, but I do wish there was a way to skip certain parts of the day. Like, I wish there was like a faster way where I can go like, okay, day 1, day 2, and then now it's done. Your mom's house. Like, just skip through that and just go right to day 2 when the meat of the game is there, like the meat and bones that I'm waiting for, right? And that I know is there now, given that we've experimented enough to figure that out. And I can't believe I didn't recognize it the first time, but I think that's the thing about horror games that's very difficult, right? Especially horror games that are also puzzle games. If you're afraid, it's just the way it is. If you're afraid or you're anxious or you're feeling like you're being rushed or something, you aren't able to see things. I think probably the easiest thing to find evidence, the easiest way to find evidence of this is the Valve. It's a very weird source, but it's actually one of the more interesting sources out there. That's, I think, easily accessible, and most people know about and can play it. Best cheese in the world is Valve's Half-Life 2 commentary, the game commentary. I think at some point they mentioned that, like, the tutorial, they couldn't do too many things so people would panic and they wouldn't know what to do. So they had to like dial it back to be a very slow pace initially, because people just couldn't learn while their brain is being, assailed by all these different things happening, right? I think that was one source. I'm sure there's like a study on it somewhere where it's like the ability for us to actually understand things is, dependent on you being able to, like, focus. But somewhere there. Need to type 60 words per minute or you'll die. Type faster or you'll die! This barcode has to be something. And it's Illuminati. Wait. Maybe that's like a recruitment thing where it's like, oh, if you figure out this barcode thing, they'll hire you. And you can be on the team to make the next game at BeliefEngine.com. It's been a while. Well, you're doing well. I had to get out of there. Give me a call, okay? 8825 Shelling, Missoula, Montana 59. What's funny is that like it is funny to think about, like, you have to type a certain words per minute or you'll die, but in reality the typing jobs are kind of like that. Like, if you're I forget the term for it now, but like the person who has to take the transcriptions or like has to transcribe the court documents, if you don't type fast enough, you lose your job, and without a job you have no money and you don't have any other skills, so you have to, like, either downgrade your job and your pay, and you might not survive. Wasn't it the word super stretched out? Oh my god. Wait. You're onto something. I'm thinking from a technical perspective, but this is not a game for programmers. This is a game for typists. And everybody's a typist. You're a typist. I'm a typist. We're all typists. This is not a game for programmers. I need to remember that this is a game made for people with real feelings and emotions. People who feel things. Real people with real emotions. It's not a barcode that you scan. It's feelings. Human emotions. Real human emotions. That must have been a word stretched out. You're a genius. Maybe that's... But then it's kind of a lame recruitment thing. You know what I mean? Like if it's a real government thing, Ministry of Home Affairs, and then the government's trying to recruit you into their version of the Illuminati, and it's just point the paper at like a 45 degree angle. It's sort of like, oh, like that's all it takes to join the illustrious Illuminati. Child's play. No place to call home, no terribly. They use a certain keyboard for transcribing in the court. The stenotype. Thank you, stenographers. That's it, yeah. And that's the thing, right? That's a whole different skill set. So it's like, imagine you go from that to typing normally in like in like another job, like say this job, and you can't type anymore, and it's like, okay, well, what do? Your skills aren't transferable. It's over. So even though it's funny to say type fast enough or die, it is kind of true. You lose your job, you lose your money, and then you die. You just die. You just die. Just die. Just die. Just die. I'm trying to steal some documents. Okay, I have my address. I'm Ben Dover, of the Dover clan. Hello, from the is that the titty? It is the titty with the nipple tassel. Yeah, from the Bahamas. I have sunblock in my eyes and it stings. Also, realized I greatly dislike sun and sand. And relaxing. Sending some your way. And away from me. Now, this is the same as our first playthrough. I actually do remember that this is the same as our first playthrough. And I wonder why it's so similar. Is this important enough to bring home? David in the red barn down the street? I don't think so. David in the red... I think we have to save for the most important things. Even if it's not all 5, I think it's better to keep only the most important things. This is our coworker, Hallie Johns. Do I take this home? Remember, there's 1 mandatory, and we only have 5 slots. I think we leave Hallie Johns. I think we take only the most upsetting ones, like the ones later on when they're like, you know, something there's like a crazy message involving Hallie Jones, right? That's when we do it. We can't take it too early, but we have to be careful. Hallie Johns. Hallie Johns. 4538 Lockport. Bittle IL 61721. Whatever this is. This is one that I want to take home. I don't know if I can, but we'll try it. Remember, I can force it. I can force it to be taken home. Cordova. Wayne O'Brien. This one looks really interesting. And this is a consistent one that we've seen too. Like the ones that I see every single playthrough, I think those are the ones I should take home. It's the familiar ones that I should take home. Like the Randolph Hoffe is a name I've seen multiple times actually. Jaff, or maybe just the name Jaff is just a common replacement, I'm not sure. Maybe not this one yet. Nebraska 68108. It's fine. Give me this. It's fine. Give me this. It's fine. Give me this. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Raw. Give it to me raw. That's 3. So that's 3 letters. Handle with care. Do not x-ray tape inside. Shakopi. Shapupi? Shakopi. Operations manager. Handle with care. Rush, do not delay. Do I take this? No. Not this time. Operations manager. 24929 150th River Crossing. MN 55379. This is the one that I have to take. Outsider. Orchestra. Heights. And same, almost cipher. I let the anxiety, something, never, new reigns. What's interesting is that that beginning phrase is actually a part of the anxiety phrase from last time. Forever till the day and night. The anxiety, something, EI, something, space ends. Take this. I take it. Take it now. I don't have a choice. I'm taking it. I don't have a choice. It's yours. Take it. Now 61721. That's mine now. That's 4. That's 4. This town reminded me of you. I've never heard of it. Hope you like it. Where is this mail originally going to go? Like, why is the address always marked off? This is the one that I need to take. It's to me. It's literally for me. This one, we don't need to take this. We already know about it. It's esoteric phrases that we don't understand. Pida Road, unnamed city, Totozue. What was this one again? Wait, maybe you were right. Maybe this is Wingdings. Maybe this is a Wingdings. If I type the Wingdings, maybe I would know what this says. I think you are right. Oh shit! I wanted this one. God damn it! I'll just take it anyways. Let's see if the game lets me have extra. Would be nice to have extra. Because I think that thing means, like, not for the ghosts. Hey! Hey! Sadly, my keyboard can't make that, and I don't have a left. I don't have a right alt key to do the keyboard thing. So, unfortunately, I can't do that. The eyeball didn't show up. If I told you, because of the cheese. The view in this postcard might not be much, but I must tell you, I think I'm onto something. I've heard some of the locals talk about a gorgeous hidden fountain in the area. My French is a little rusty, but rumor has it the water has rejuvenating properties. Perhaps if you see me soon, I may be an infant. Haha, I'm also realizing I don't think this is a red herring. But the picture, I think this is maybe the source. I think we are set in some... Whoever this is actually the source of what... Or like they're stumbling upon the source of what was happening. France. That's a statue. Like, I can see the statue. Because I think what happens... Because there's that phrase, right? Humans weren't meant to live forever. That's a statement that can only really be said by somebody who doesn't want humanity to live forever, if that makes sense. And what would not want humanity to live forever? By the things that are trying to take our body over. Or maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe this game is making me go insane. I don't really know. Everything doesn't... Like, nothing feels real anymore. Nothing really feels real. Proposed that the story about him drinking bull's blood may have been based on a misunderstanding. Because what I'm thinking is that, what if they actually did stumble upon the source of some humans living forever? But what if the Illuminati thing was real, and then the Laetus thing is actually a community of people who have discovered the secret and are using it to, like, hold a permanent life? And what if that's like a disruption to the flow, if that makes sense? Like, what if it's a disruption to what was the expected flow of bodies coming in? Where it's like, oh, now there's too many souls and not enough bodies, and now these souls are wandering around trying to find the body. After seeing a circus before but doing a nice swallowing trick, Seaman John Cummings began actually swallowing knives. The first 3 occasions, he swallowed 4 knives and quickly passed 3 with no ill health. What? This is a continuation of the last one we saw, which is the first message on top. Knife swallowing trick. Seaman John Cummings. That's a good name. Began actually swallowing knives. And again, this is a sign, right? On the first of 3 occasions, he swallowed 4 knives and quickly passed 3 with no ill health. For some reason, he's exhibiting some level of being unable to be hurt by whatever he's doing. It's a bit strange, but I think that's sort of the hint of like, there are beings in this world that aren't playing by the same rules that we are. They're like different to us in some way, and they seem to live on forever. And now they're aware of me. Cummings swallowing knives. As he did the math, coming up short on rent. Okay, and my manager's gonna say that I'm stealing mail. Alright? Yeah, a vivid message. See that? We did it. Now let's see which mail shows up. Only 5. Hello, how are you doing? Joanna Moy. This one showed up. Why? I fear if I entertain these thoughts, I'll never come back. What is even there to come back to? Hello, how are you doing? Are you okay? When did we last see each other? Do you still remember me? How are you doing? How did they do it? Everyone's just miserable here. Nobody's looking around, not even respond. Why does nobody ever respond? What am I doing here? Why does nobody ever respond? Don't tell me when I sent you this. Please don't. Were you ever happy? How are you doing? Are you happy? Smile. What if I'm trapped in the wrong body? Haven't been outside in months. I want to do a normal... Am I in the wrong world? Please tell me you're doing okay. I need to know if you're okay. I need to know if you're okay. The world is uncertain. Cracked, broken glass. The cracked and broken glass happens to us at some point in the game. The world has broken. It's too much to process. I'm surrounded by nothing. Everyone's an expert but knows nothing. If the circumstances were just right, could I be a hero? Are you happy these days? Everyone is an expert and nobody can tell me why I feel this way. On the one hand, it sounds like the ramblings of somebody who is feeling in some way wrong, right? Like it's, you know, this is sort of one of those things that you start to feel about yourself. It's, I forget the actual legit term, but it's like something similar to the idea of a delusion, right? But at the same time, within the context of the game, it's an interesting statement to make, because it's like this person and this idea of the shadows and whatever these things are, but whatever this AI is, whatever this system is, a being that's being lost in a different world that is trying to reach out to talk to the other side through mail. What if the mail system is a way for that world to communicate with the rest of the real world? Like, what if the real world is separated and the mail system is a way for it to try to talk to us from that place that normally would have no way for us to... Normally there'd be no way for us to talk from that space. That's weird. That's a lot more mail on my table all of a sudden. That wasn't... What? Here we go. Data conversion operator. You're reading this, you figured out the first step. Be warned, the outsourcing company you're working for is a farce. You want to know more? Register your interest by inserting this letter's empty envelope through the mail slot of the 4400 building on Dorchester Avenue. What? Oh, 4400 Dorchester Avenue. Maybe this game requires you to play it multiple times, because now that I know, the next time I play the game, I might be able to send the mail there directly. Or maybe I get to actually walk there now. You look at the address and recognize this building as one you pass by every day close to work. The scrap of paper was included in the weird-looking envelope. Season timing is preferred but not always reliable. To collect anguish is a source of raw, singed material. It's been observed... Jesus Christ, my ice maker scared me. It's been observed that the client will not engage with the contract until a viable amount of anguish is present in the subject for it to hook into. Important. Do not negotiate with the client under any circumstances. To collect anguish is a source of raw, singed material. Anguish, this idea of like suffering, the burdens that we carry, the sins, the feelings, right? It's this idea of like like a demon latching onto you, a demon latching onto you and feeding off of your negative energy. The anguish, raw, singed material, evoking an image of like brimstone and hellfire, singed. The client will not engage with the contract until a viable amount of anguish is present in the subject for it to hook into. That's what happened to us the first time when we played. The first time when we played, that was the anguish. We went down that like painful, slippery slope, right? We felt more and more anguish until eventually things started happening. That was the contract. That was when the contract that this thing is talking about begun to take place. And whatever it was did hook into us. It was starting to control where we were, and what we were seeing. Do not negotiate with the client means that we should not be made aware of this, and they should not try to like entice us or to give us anything. It's purely we're like sheep to be, you know, cattle. We're like cattle. Once a connection has been made, it must be maintained directly for the contract to be successfully closed. Otherwise, the client can still be rejected from the host. The client can still be rejected from the host. The client. Presumably, I'm the client. can still be rejected from the host implies that I'm latching onto the host. But the host body is latching onto me. The host, whatever it is, the host shadow, the host is latching onto me. I think that's why I died in the first place, because I was extinguished. As in, maybe even my body didn't make it. Fortunately, the client has proved effective at increasing output. The material. Must be maintained directly. So it's probably on me right now. And it probably is reading what I'm reading. It's actually right here, right now. Oh god. It knows that So now that it knows that I read this, aren't they gonna like come after me now? Isn't that... What was that? Oh god. Outsider. It's addressed to your apartment in particular. Opening the letter reveals nothing other than an odd smell. Smell of that like chalk. And again, it's interesting, right? If you figured this out, what did the first letter that we read say? It was to the data conversion operator. If you figured it out, that means you're now on the first step. But you can only figure it out by playing the game the second time. Or maybe you intuit that you would use your address. But the game makes it very clear when you play the game that you can send a mail to yourself by the way of the outsider mail, right? Oh, hello. Oh. Hello. So, I think what happens is, I think you have to play the game multiple times to get that ending. Or at least, canonically, I wonder if we're the same person going through some same cycle of something. I don't know. Wayne O'Brien. The letter envelope contains nothing but a bunch of disgusting white powder that spells out it's cocaine. Not exactly sure what it is. It has died against trying it, to smell it, or even keep it around further to It's cocaine. Nonabres mori un. This envelope seems to be a small collection of medical bills addressed to Hallie Johns. Hallie Johns was the person who lives in my city. Small collection of medical bills addressed to Hallie Johns. Phantasma fiat. Non habes mori. I'm gonna translate this. Google Translate. No, the neighbor sounds like they're having a good time, or they just stubbed their like thumb. It's to me it sounded like the sound that I would make if I accidentally hit my thumb while I'm trying to like hammer it like a nail in. It's like ah. The envelope, the words on the envelope say in Latin, "You don't have to die to become a ghost." We saw that phrase before in the first playthrough during one of those moments. The phrase actually did show up. You don't have to die to become a ghost. This is addressed to Hallie Jones, who lives in our city. We saw their mail. The specialist seemed to be focused on musculoskeletal rehabilitation and physical therapies. The scrap of paper was also included in the odd-looking envelope. Morsch-Waltman condition, more commonly known as stiff person syndrome, is a rare neurological disorder characterized by progressive rigidity, stiffness, and spasms in the limbs of the body, often resulting in deformities. Spasms sometimes occur in response to environmental stimuli such as voluntary or passive movements and unexpected auditory stimulation. Changes in emotion or stress can also be regular contributors. The condition is rare enough that studying it in thorough detail has proven remarkably difficult, but a notable complaint amongst patients that they feel like their body is no longer in their control, as if they're in a constant fight to prevent it from being affected by something else, as if something else is controlling you. Morsch-Waltman syndrome. I feel like that name is important to remember. Morsch-Waltman syndrome. Building 4400 on Dorchester Avenue on the way to work. Alright, chat, let's see this. Ooh. Is it me or is it getting crazier? I kind of want to just pace myself for a moment here. You can tell I'm getting afraid because I'm stopping my breathing. What was that? Wait, I'm able to read the mail again? But before it wasn't here. Like, if I look away, it's gone. But this one's here. How do I send this over? Okay, you know, I'm gonna figure out how to send it over. But it did say empty envelope, not the full thing. So just the envelope itself. They're being evicted. Right, they're being evicted. Case number is the same. I think the ID is the same too. Landlord's signature might be important to think about, actually. What's down here, I wonder? Oh, God. The deeper it gets, the scarier it is. On day 4, I'm going to go down that hallway and see what's up. I will throw my scythe. I will throw my scythe. I will throw my life on the line. So that all of you don't have to. Actually, it's one reason why I enjoy watching people play horror games is because they're going through the pain, but I don't have to. Because if I did it, I would be terrified of doing so. Why is it dark all of a sudden? Has it always been dark? Yes. I'm just a little afraid to take the next step. Because, what's the step afterwards? Because this is the first step, right? But what's step 2 and then step 3? Are the different paths taking the hallways? Not yet. But I vaguely remember on the 4th day that when we started to have the glass cracking, like our eyes were breaking. I think that was when... Hello? I think that was when it really started to warp the structure of the hallway. Like, because even trying to get to the door here felt longer. Granted, I was screaming the whole time, so maybe I just misremembered because, you know, I'm trying to breathe in between every scream, and so I'm like losing oxygen, but I vaguely remember it feeling like it did change and that you could go down that side hallway, but I was too afraid to. Alright, let's see if we drop the envelope. I've been wondering about work and where exactly is everyone else? They've been moving everyone around lately. You know, but it's a weird warehouse location. As if this is some sort of practical joke, initiation rite, or mistake. But asking about it several times, your manager warmly confirms it's all correct. A temporary solution while they're relocating the main office. The idea is a bit creative. It's a pity. The old office was rather nice. At any rate, the solitude has been good for going through your thoughts at least. And look at this, chat. We're back outside. We didn't have this before. Oh my god, it was right here the whole time. You approach the building mentioned in the letter delivered to you. There's no identifying signs to what it's for anywhere. Insert the envelope into the mail slot. All the way, insert. You lift the mail slot and insert the envelope, taking a moment to try and peek through and catch a glimpse of anyone. You only see the empty hallway of a run-down office building. Nothing special about it. Do you think my boss knows? Do you think they know that I put that in there? Can I go home now? We've never come back outside, except for this moment. This is a very... Because I was wondering to myself, like, why did they make this outside section that you never get to go back to? It seems like so much detail for no reason. That's why. The building 4400. I never noticed the number in the wall, but that's it. Where's the basketball net? I'm stalling. I'm stalling. Okay, just walk. Just walk it in. If you're just showing up, or if you don't know yet, I am a screamer. Just in case you think this is a very calm playthrough, I will scream for my life. Ah! If anything happens. If anything happens, I'm a little bit more tense now. I remember the 4th day being a little bit more terrifying. They took my pencil away. It's good. What's step number 2? I wonder. Because step number 1 is easy. We just send the thing in. Douglas? Anna Raid. I don't know. 5560. Matsamani? It's a mouth. Also, I just realized something. You know, sometimes the game shows you a picture of a mouth. That's not that's not just a scary thing. It's inside of you. When you see that image of an organ or a body, it's inside of you right now. The host. Whatever it is has latched itself onto you. Like, this is inside of my body, my character's body. I think that's what it's trying to say, is that it's now a part of you, because it has to be within direct contact, right? Take a boat around the coast. I'll be stuck here on this island for a few days before my next stop. Despite appearances, this is actually a lovely, if quaint, little island village. I think I'll enjoy my time here. And wait a minute. What did it say? The accuracy. I swear it mentioned the accuracy and the efficacy of something involving my job. Maybe the only way to fight past this thing is to break the accuracy of it. Break past the accuracy of it? That's such a weird phrase. Is the lower the accuracy of my typing. Sorry, there's just so many different things I'm thinking about at the same time. This game has made me feel so many emotions. But that's why it's so good. It's a game that invites you to think about the things that you're seeing, to feel things. And then it also chooses to force you to feel that too. Teeth are parasites? I don't know. But like, from the perspective of the teeth, right? You see our teeth, but how is that photo being taken? Something inside my mouth, when my mouth is closed, would have to be taking it further back in my throat. You know how I type while I'm saying something different? Well, sometimes I don't really. You can kind of tell that sometimes I don't really do it well, because I've noticed that when I talk, the words that I say get almost too long and too complicated. That's the problem. At some point, I lose control of what I'm saying, or I slow down like I'm doing right now in order to like pick up the pieces of what I should be typing in front of me. But I'm doing it in the way that one would copy something, in the way that you would try to, like, I don't know, copy paste an instruction, or in the way that you would talk to somebody while making dumplings. This is a weird thing to say. When you make dumplings, you talk to people and you watch TV. That's like the way to make dumplings. If you don't do that, then you're not making dumplings. If I had to write something that was creative at the same time as I'm talking about something, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's the fact that I can turn my brain off and just think of this as a manual copy paste, where I'm just trying to match the form that I think I can do it well. You would start typing what you're saying. It's something that I do whenever I'm texting someone. Very often I've accidentally texted. I've texted some people babe when I didn't need to, and they were like, "Why'd you call me babe?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I was talking to my wife at that time." Fuck you, little shit. I'm gonna kill you for what you did. What? 9356 Cole Avenue, SE. Number C2903. New Philadelphia. OH 4463. That's why I tend to take so long to respond to texts, because I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally saying things that I don't want to say. It's kind of a sick, it's kind of a sick beat, actually. I want to see what that word says when it pops up in that red text. Now you can have AI write your text. Don't ever say that in my chat ever again. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just feel like... Because the thing is, right? AI hallucinates. So I wouldn't really trust the AI to say what it is that I want to say. That's the thing. I already don't trust it for many tasks. Like, it's... And there was actually a seminal paper that was released recently. Paper by, I think it was Google. Or maybe, or like some other large AI, you know... creating firm where they were like, yeah, actually AI, the hallucination is just a part of the model. Like it's literally fundamental to how it works, right? So, and it's true, it is fundamental to how it works. I won't get too deep into it. It's a very technical topic, but basically it's fundamental that it you cannot make it perfect. You cannot have it not hallucinate. And even hallucination, the term hallucination is sort of strange because it's not even really hallucinating. It's just the way that it works. It's just basically statistics, and it'll always do things that feel like hallucinations if a person did it, but is really just a limitation of the system fundamentally that we can't solve. It's apparently unsolvable without, maybe even without, you know, redoing everything. I think that was the takeaway of the paper, was that unless you redo all the training material, it's impossible. There's text here. It's like the embossed text paper. It's like embossed over here. I just can't see what it's saying. If I squint my eyes, I can kind of see it, but it's hard to read. Mimics humans. You're right, it does mimic humans. I've heard people say the craziest things. Like, people will hallucinate. One thing that I've noticed the most is that you can't see it at all. I'm assuming it's because you're working and you're only listening to me. But also, this game does not transcode well onto a streaming platform. You can't encode a game like this very well. I think with these games, you have to experience them yourself. The recording is a lot better, but Twitch doesn't give you enough bitrate to give you something visible. It's basically impossible to. So unfortunately, you get the worst experience until the VOD finishes processing, which might take another day or two, because it's still processing on YouTube. Actually, I'm about to run out of space in 6 hours. How it would occur. It would somehow make it hurt less when it finally came. This was one of the phrases that I was thinking about a lot, actually. This is one of the phrases that like prompted me to realize that there's a deeper story to it. This idea of imagining somebody dying and waiting for someone to die and imagining that moment when they died. And when I remember how I related to this and I said that I felt this too, it's because I have like probably anxiety. My doctor wanted to like diagnose me, but I was like, I'm kind of lazy. Just, it's a long story. My doctor for some reason lets me get away with too many things that probably I shouldn't. But he did try to prescribe me. He prescribed me anti-anxiety medication or something, and I was too anxious to go get it. So, did I do the narcissist quiz? I'm not a narcissist. I'm just fucked in the head. Who? Wait, can you send me the quiz though? I do want to try it. But yeah, whom? Who is watching whom? But yeah, so it's me. It's not me. I'm not a narcissist. I'm anxious. Because when I related to that, I realized apparently one of the main signs that you have anxiety is when you think through all the different scenarios in an attempt to feel better about the anxiety that you feel over the unknown, if that makes sense. Because somebody's gonna die, and what does it matter to you? I mean, obviously it matters if they die, but like, what does it matter and how does it change it if you just imagine the scenario? It doesn't. It literally won't change, but it feels better when we do so because it takes away that level of uncertainty or something. I think that, like, I was vaguely reading it and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I probably need to speak to my daughter again, but yeah, I was like, oh shit. When I was thinking about that, and then I read that, and then I thought back to how I related to that, that's when I realized, with the link as well to that site, I was like, this game is almost a representation of anxiety. And it's crazy how well they've been able to like show that, right? Maybe not like a full-blown anxiety disorder, but definitely like anxiety of some kind and some inability to like cope with the anxiety, right? So maybe I'm missing tools, I don't know. But that's when I realized that this game really is special. It's one of the only games out there that I can think of, or really that I've played in a long time, that successfully makes you feel something that you might not have ever felt. That makes you understand something in a way that feels so much more real. This is the but. Okay, you say but, I say Maleficent. That other people feel every day. It's fascinating. Oh no, that's you. send me the narcissist personality quiz. I'll do it right now. You send it to me. Oh wait. Are you a narcissist? Okay, just wait. It's from a site called Psychology Today. We're gonna flashback warning. Sorry, this is part and parcel of the live streaming experience. 20 questions, 3 minutes. I often fantasize about having unlimited success, power, or beauty. Is that not power? Oh, but success. I fantasize about having unlimited resources to feel secure about myself. But I don't care if it comes from success. Well, I hope it comes from success. But I don't care about power or beauty. I care about resources in order to guarantee a safety. And I hope that it comes from success, because then that would mean that I'm a good person. Because it came from my efforts. So, but not like that. I'm neutral on this one, actually. I deserve to be treated with the utmost respect and deference, regardless of the circumstances. Just yes or no. Don't think too much. Just yes or no. Okay. I'm not allowed to have independent thoughts. I don't think about regardless of circumstances. No, but that's human rights, though. So yeah. I can't stand it. No, I actually really enjoy if people are. I don't know if I'd make a good leader. I agree. I don't know if I'd make a good leader. I get angry when I don't get what I want from others. I kind of disagree, only because like I get annoyed, but I'm not angry. So maybe it means I'm annoyed. I get annoyed if the person steals the show. No, take it away. It's hard. Well, actually, I'm neutral. It depends. If they steal the show from me and I didn't want the show, I'm happy. If they steal the show from me and I wanted to do the presentation, let's say, and then they're like trying to make it all about them, then I get kind of upset. It's hard to show my vulnerabilities to others. Not really. I've actually gotten better at it. I think when I was younger, yes. When I was younger, yes, because it hurt too much. But I realized that just because it hurts too much to remember doesn't mean that I shouldn't do it, because if I just let it go, it'll still hurt in the end. So I have to be ready to face it no matter what. But I'm still hesitant now and then, but I think nowadays I'm stronger. I'm not stronger, but like I feel more comfortable about facing my failures, I guess. Because vulnerabilities in a way are also failures of some kind. I feel stronger, more able to do so. I like to show off, not really. I have a lot to learn from the people, yeah, sure. I'm not satisfied until I get everything I deserve. I mean, I do want money. I take pleasure in the failure of my rivals. I am a sadist. I expect special treatment from others. I don't give a shit. I start to feel badly about myself when I go unnoticed. That is my everyday. I love, no, not as in like I feel bad, but like I love being a fly on the wall. I don't want to. I think I'll be famous. I don't want to. All I want is to be reasonably happy. Agree. I find it easy to manipulate people. This is gonna make me sound insane. I know it makes me sound crazy to say strongly agree. I find it easy to manipulate people, but it is true. People are very easy to manipulate. I don't do it, but I recognize it because I recognize that I myself was easy to manipulate. I recognize that I myself have done it, have been victim to it, and have in many ways, you know, because of that, also sort of like, in many ways, I used to carry on those bad habits. I've broken those habits now because it's sort of like a thing that I fell onto because I was so used to it. But once you learn someone's, like, I guess, Achilles heel, and once you learn that people have that, and once you learn how to manipulate somebody by having it done to you and sort of examining how it was done to you, I don't think you can ever get away from that knowledge. It's almost scary. Like, it makes me more afraid of people now, if that makes sense. But again, this isn't saying that I would do it. I'm just saying that I know how it happens, okay? Like, I could make you do a lot of things. Use my powers for good. Alright, everybody, see you at the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm just kidding. If your friends told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? Yeah, Mom. They're a master manipulator. Duh. That's a skill. This is a superpower. I tend to disregard the feelings and needs of others. Not really. I try my best to keep their feelings in mind, but what I often find is that other people don't give me the same care. That's when I disengage. When other people don't give me the same care, I disengage and I say, alright, back at you, buddy. Because I'm not trying to be like a moral saint. I'm just trying to be like a decent first touch. Agree. Having authority over others is important to me. I literally don't want to have authority over... Actually, I do like bossing around the mod. It is kind of funny to like tell the mod to make a rule or like post this and that. It is kind of funny. And again, see, I can manipulate you because for some reason you just do these things. Sorry. Sorry. When others get a sense of my true needs, I feel anxious and ashamed. No, I actually feel very relieved because then you can give me something. If I ruled the world, it would be a better place. Oh no. I'm low. See? Woo! I'm low. I bet you got in the middle, but not very low. Okay. What was your score? All right, take a screenshot. Show me what's your score. Chat. Everyone do this test. Everybody do this test. Everyone do this test. I'll post it in the Discord too. This is low, but still technically on. Okay. Everybody, I need to know the truth about all of you. Take this test. Show me your score. And post it in the Discord. And I'm gonna spoiler this image. Low, but not very low. But not very low. Low, but technically still on. We're about to see everybody's results. Alright, you narcissist. You believe that... You see? It's narcissism to believe that you're immune to narcissism. Everybody has a narcissist trait. Everybody has a bit of narcissism in them because that is simply appreciation and love for yourself. Everybody has a little bit of narcissism. If you believe that you're immune to narcissism, you're a narcissist. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Wait, am I manipulating you to take it? Ah! I expect to see results within the next hour. No, I'm just kidding. But whenever you do, I expect to see the results whenever you do them, and that way I have proof that I'm not a narcissist. That you're all narcissists too. Thornton Jones, a lawyer in Bangor, Wales, woke up to find that he had his throat slit. Motioning for a paper and pencil, he wrote, I dreamt that I had done it. I awoke to find it true. And died 80 minutes later. He had done it himself while unconscious. An inquest at Bangor delivered a verdict of suicide while temporarily insane. I forgot the quotes. Chat. I need to send this to my home. I think we can't go too much, but I think we do need to send this to my home. It's very important, actually, that I do so. To me. Forever. You can't hold on forever. I'm realizing now in the context of what we've been seeing too, that phrase, you can't hold on forever. It's literally saying whatever the host is that it's trying to take over us, it's actually saying you can't hold on to your body forever. You will submit to me at some point and you will be mine. Also, this is the long sticky hand. I don't know if you know this, but I think this is that long sticky hand thing where you use it. It's like a little sticky hand and you throw it and you whip it at stuff and you pull like paper and like pencils up with it. It's actually saying hello. What? Hello there, friend. Nice to meet you on this day. I love you so much. Please leave me alone. Can you at least let me have the penis? That way I can feel the orgasm. Still, even in death? I know you. EDCVBNYHNYGVRGN. The sticky hand toy that once it touches the floor is no longer fun. Exactly. Once it touches the floor, it's basically over. Exactly. It's that toy. Yeah, it is funny how quickly that toy stops being fun. Like how quickly it loses its like value the moment that it touches the floor. It's like the moment that it gets any bit of dust on it, it's just over. Something about this work building feels like a tomb slowly sinking into the earth. Even the electricity is now starting to reach it. Yep. Data gets throttled, stare at the window, and the shadowy figure was there. And I didn't get fired. I didn't get fired. Data conversion operator. I was able to send it to myself. Good. My eyes. I'm running. It's been difficult so far, but I'm making progress. Why is it that when it touches any dust, it just stops working? Is it because of the thing? Maybe it's like something. Maybe it's the physics. Too many little particles blocking the way of the stickiness. What even is making it sticky? Who makes it sticky? Something is seriously off about this temp job. Something's off. Please help me, dear Dad. I hate you. I'm gonna start for a new place to work, and the housing costs out here are rough. It feels like I'm trapped in some sort of dream of coma. I mean, and the housing costs out here are tough. But anyways, this is my new home. You don't have to die to become a ghost. Why does our character say it? Why does our character say it? What a mess. I should have said I forgive you instead of, to let it rot. Maybe it changes? Don't send. Right, last time I sent the letter, but what if I don't? Also, that string of characters that I typed in at the end there. I think when it said I know, like it knows me. What if that's like my DNA or something? Like EDC, something V, GBN, RGN. It's like DNA code of my person. This bed, it really isn't that great, but still you have to resist every fiber of your body from crawling back into it. That's weird. Hello? Hello. And also, wait a minute. Do you know what I just realized? Do you see that effect? Or like when you looked at the mirror and you say hello, I realize I'm not talking to myself, but I am talking to myself. Like in a way I'm losing my sense of self and we're becoming one now. As if whatever it is that's trying to take me over is getting closer and closer to like being able to do so. You're getting nauseous, sorry. Oopsie daisy. Wait, let me read this again, just to be sure of the rules. Do not negotiate. Once a connection has been made, it must be maintained. Somebody was there. To data conversion operator. The company you work for are in the business of curses and boons. Every boon granted requires a binder to offer an exchange to receive the curse. Whether you realize it or not, you are to be that binder, receiving the curse for someone else's boon. You're in huge danger. But if you want to do something about it, we can help. Drop off this envelope again into the same mail slot of the building before, and we will tell you what you need to do. It's possible that your manager might be catching on. Don't trust them. Future letters will no longer be addressed to you, but a fake address. Look instead for this symbol stamped on the envelope. This is new. A scrap of paper was included in the weird envelope. So it's going to go to a fake address. And from that fake address, I need to remember, because I need to use this. I need to remember this symbol. As soon as I see the symbol, I know it's meant for me. It's a gear. This was alongside the scrap paper. Markings on the host skin shaped like observed to successfully confirm the client has established contact. Markings similar indicate becoming completely situated. When has been successful. Ties with the target host are broken. The client is generally left free to do as they please, as long as it stays within the agreement of the contract regarding timing of boon delivery. So the host stops being attached to me, but it's still gonna happen. I still will get cursed. Okay, let's look at the symbol again. I need to look carefully at the number of things that's on it. Use my memory for this one because I think it's the goal is to use your memory for the game. I won't use the memory for the address. I'll just copy paste it. But 3 lines, circle, circle, 333. It's almost like an Illuminati eyeball, but more mechanical. Interesting. What fresh hell is gonna happen now? See how long this hallway is now? Ah! Sorry, I forgot that the thing is chasing me. Sorry, I kind of forgot that the thing is chasing me. I forgot that whatever it is trying to take over me is actually chasing me right now. And is trying to become a part of me. That's interesting, that the curse is following me. It's like an invisible entity that follows me. And is trying to become one with me. Have I died yet? I've never died yet. But because we're so far into this run, I kind of don't want to die yet. Though I do want to try dying at some point. I think we do that as like a final piece. Although maybe we did die, because we did get extinguished at one time. But maybe extinguished is not the same as dying. Because we died at the computer when we were typing things. But maybe if I was better at typing, I wouldn't have died, right? I'll try dying as like a final thing. I'm just curious to see where this goes first, because I have a fairly good run so far doing this interesting escape path. You managed your email early. Oh, right. For technical issues, miscue, compensated slightly. The issue has been solved. It's the work from home statement getting ridiculous. Yep. Get through this mess and pay the rent. I don't think it follows me here. I do want help, though. You approach the building mentioned in the letter once again. Looks the same as before. No lights on. No identifying traits about it. Insert the envelope into the mail slot. Yes. You lift the mail slot and insert the envelope, taking a moment to try and peek through and catch a glimpse of anyone. You only see the empty hallway of a run-down office building. Nothing special about it. But you see the eyes? It's slowly taking me over. Whatever it is. The boon and the curse. Whatever the curse is, it's taking me over now. I wonder what is the nature of the curse. And what is the nature of the boon. Is the boon anything at all? Like you could wish for money, for like a massive penis? Big boobs? I don't know. Or is it some power? Is it power that you obtain to be used in some way, right? It's fascinating in that sense that we don't really know what it is that it considers a boon. Ramsey's curse, the curse of Ra. I think if you type curse, I'm pretty sure Nightbot is set up to do a curse of Ra. I'm pretty sure I set up Nightbot to like do it. Or if you type the curse of Ra, like the full sentence. There we go. There's a thing on the floor here. Looks like a piece of some document lying on the ground. Required maintenance advisories for 40 plus hours of exposure. Reduce communications. Begin observing for signals of successful. Report any signals to advisement committee. Maybe that was the first sign that I should have looked for. That was a sign that something's wrong, and that might have been your first, I guess, out. If you missed it the first time, maybe I don't know. Thank you for enjoying the Curse of Ra. Curse of Ra! See? Hallie Johns. The same Hallie Johns that I remember seeing the name of. That name is consistent. Hallie Johns' name is a very consistent name, and we should actually try to check it out the next time. Because Hallie Johns is our one consistent coworker. Or maybe it's only consistent for this run. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it gets. Maybe it's like the name changes, but it's always the same. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. Cersei Wells, 52924 Haffer Road, Carterville. Carterville, IL62918. Sure, Cersei Wells. That's an interesting way of spelling Cersei's. Maxon, Bethel... 7747. Sorry. Maxon. Bethel... Springs, Tennessee... 38315. I didn't know you could even do short form in the mail. I didn't know you could do short form. And they'd be okay with that. Hey, it's been 6 years. I'm tired of endlessly going through this shit with you. It's done. Hey, it's been 6 years. I'm tired of endlessly going through this shit with you. It's done. Wait, isn't this the person who was like, tell, you know, and something and the kids? Maybe this person left their kids. EJH. EJH? I don't know. Circus. Oh my god. Make peace field hyenas. They hate us because they ain't us. Circus 2540. On the second occasion, John Cummings swallowed 14 knives, and after a few days, this is a different conclusion, with abdominal pain, he passed all of them. On the third occasion, he swallowed 20 knives and a case, but after a few days, he had only passed the case after around 4 years of pain. He finally died. At the first one, it was... The first one, it was the one on top, the text on top. The second one, it was about him doing 4 of them. Bind? Oh my god, that's a cross. It's going downwards. It's a cross going downwards. If I type the word bind, what happens? I have been bound. Is that bad? Remember, look for the symbol. Look for the symbol. I don't see a symbol anywhere. 9842 Hayward Avenue. River Chase, Alabama 35244. I don't see the symbol anywhere. Have they left me to die? It should be like an Illuminati with 3 costs, 3 symbols, and then almost like an eyeball in the middle. Is it worth the cost? I don't know. What if I'm the one who couldn't... Who is that letter addressed to? Now that we know that this is a thing of like boons and curses, who is it talking to when it asks, is it worth the cost? Because I'm the client. I'm not the host. I'm not the one getting the boon. I'm getting cursed. Are they speaking to the client through... Are they speaking to the host through me? Motherfucking mom. 3923 Lumberton Street, Suite 328. Gil SD 57760. What if client and host are at the same time? I mean, now we are. I think because that letter did... Because the piece of paper on the floor did say that the connection has been made. And so now they have to disengage, right? So now they're just observing me. It implies that we are now one. So I do think that is correct. That we are now one. So it would make sense that they're speaking to the host through me, even though I'm not the host, I'm the client, because we are now one. They have become me, and they've subsumed, like they're a part of my body somewhere in me. I like the word subsume, but here it really does feel like they're subsuming me slowly. Or maybe assuming is a better word. Maybe I can subsume them. Because right now they're trying to assume my identity, and that's probably not good for me. And they're so successful that they've gotten far enough that whoever is trying to talk to them is simply talking through me. Without having to go through and find them, it's way easier to just talk straight to me. Because they are me now. Or at least they're inside of me. They see what I see now. Was pulled further out. Which means they probably know that I went to that place, that building, and dropped the letter off. Which isn't good. And I wonder... And this... And they've already been inside of me the whole time, right? They're inside of me and only see teeth. That's a good point. Because if my early theory is correct that that's what they see inside of me and they only see my teeth, that's a great point. That's probably why they haven't tried to stop me. Because they can't see outside as long as I close my mouth. So as long as I stop talking, as long as I stop talking, they don't really see anything. Nothing enters our life of... Nothing vast enters our mortal life. Enters the life of one without a curse. Good thing you're not a mouth breather. Well, I'm ashamed to admit it, but sometimes I do enjoy breathing through my mouth. Nothing vast enters our life of mortals without a curse. I think the boons go even beyond. I think the boons go beyond the basics of what we imagine to be a boon in reality. Like, it's not $1 million. This is something vast. Something that is so... almost... cosmic. Maybe in scale. You know what I mean? Like, to that scope. So vast that it must carry weight to it. And somebody must bear that burden. Because why would they say vast? Nothing vast enters our life. Now things are starting to make sense as to, you know, what the game was trying to do this whole time. It's a really good game. Oh no, not my streamer. They're a mouth breather. Orangling? What? Orangling. Richardson. I don't know what it is. 5562. Hill Court. Dixon's Hills. Alabama. 36736. Patricia, I forgot to look at the symbol. Did I miss the symbol anywhere? Oh shit. Oh fuck, Chad, I think I forgot to look at the symbols. I think I'm dead. Nashua, NOH 3063. I think I'm dead. Nashua. NH 03063. Oh god. The piece of shit living at... but maybe it didn't show up yet. The piece of shit living at 6943 Hobson Lane. Apartment number 935. Leslie GA 31764. Maybe it doesn't show up until a later portion of the game, right? Like, imagine when we're in that space. Remember when we're in that hell zone, where I can go back on the PC to do like one final thing. Maybe that's where I would need to think about the symbol and keep an eye out for it, because that's probably when it matters the most. That's what I'm assuming. Let it go. It wants me to let the body go. Okay, that's terrifying. But see, that's it taking control. And when I go into that space, that's probably something similar to like going into my inner inner body almost. 3EWERSDFXCV SXSDFVXCV6 YHN678, and I don't think this is DNA. I think it's similar in many ways to this idea of like an authorization code. So when we type this code, it's almost like we're authorizing this being to take us over. That's why the machine is forcing us to do this, because that's the whole purpose of it, right? It's why they're in business. Is there a business of curses? Okay, remember the symbol, like an Illuminati. Call into the void. Can that be used for the cipher? I don't think so. I'm actually rethinking the idea of that being a cipher. I need to... Wait a minute. I need to find the letter that they're going to send me. I think this is when the letter that they would have sent me is going to show up. But yeah, I don't think it's going to... I don't think it's... ELO EF EUT 30 LICNT Turmont D288. I don't think it's ELEUT 3INT URDT28. I don't think that thing is a real cipher. I think that's the thing, is like, I don't think that's a real cipher deal. I think it was just more like a representation of what happens when like the machine is trying to make like a corrupted piece of text. That's my theory. I need to keep an eye out for that symbol. PO Box 3517. Pomfrits, like fries, MD 20675. Need to find that symbol. 3 circles. Is that a symbol? No. I spent another week investigating the history of that fountain. Wait, the fountain of youth. I don't know if it's the language barrier or something else, but the locals seem exceedingly unwilling to talk about it. In any case, it's time to move on. I only wish you were still here. You always were much better at getting people to open up. Where's the symbol? Where's the goddamn symbol? Oh shit. 6599 Gardner's Ferry Road. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Columbia SC 29209. They're gonna eat me alive! Please, I need to see that symbol. I need to. What the fuck is that? Morsch-Woltman condition. More commonly known as stiff person syndrome, is a rare neurological disorder characterized by progressive rigidity, stiffness, spasms in the limbs of the body, often resulting in deformities. Spasms sometimes occur in response to environmental stimuli. This is what we read in that other report, in that document that was sent to the person who was dying, and it was like, oh, what did it say? You become a ghost. Some people don't. Sometimes you become a ghost before you die, or something. Something like that. It was a phrase that I translated over. I still don't see the symbol. Donald Oliver. I worry that we're playing right into their hands, and I'm not gonna make it. 2250 Street, Iwani, IL. Come on. Where is it? Where's that symbol? Hallie Johns. Hallie Johns, 4538 Lockport. Hitzel, IL 61721. The symbol isn't real! I mean, there's a possibility that that symbol isn't real, or they were found out and then the symbol's gone. That would be a terrifying conclusion to this. Or what if I missed it, right? Because I'm so busy and focused on doing the job. Like, that's the thing about this game that's so good, is that you're still focused on making the thing happen. That what if you just miss the important piece, the important sign that you needed to pay attention to in order to survive? I don't regret leaving. Is that the symbol? That's not the symbol, is it? Is it that obscure of a symbol? I don't think so. Power remaining. Why is it red? Why is the time red all of a sudden? Oh yeah, there's a curse. Alright. Shit my chance. I shit my pants on my chair. I shit my pants on my chair. Okay, good. They didn't send me no mail. They sent me 0 mail. I don't think it was today. Maybe these... Oh, you know what? Maybe they'll send me more mail as a follow-up. Right? Because I only put in the envelope today. So tomorrow they'll come with a solution. Because it's like within business hours. Like they work on a 9 to 5 schedule. I work overnight. So because I handed in the mail before I went to that session of work, they weren't ready. You still get thoughts in the window, glazed, broken glasses, back home, living there for the rest of your life, probably never seeing again. Is it better to put from one already knows well or stumble out? Yeah, that's tinging your skull, shove the thought deep down. Let's make it work. Today is when we'll be safe. See the hand marks? Holy shit, I didn't see it last time. I did not see that last time. I did not see this last time. The hand marks, the window, the stuff outside. Hello? Sure hope they help me soon. I sure hope they help me soon. I don't know if I like this. I sure hope they help me soon. If they don't help me soon, I'm not gonna feel good about myself. Let's go down this hallway, see what's up. I'm walking backwards into it because I'm afraid. And also because I need to see how deep it is. It's not that deep. Okay. But I think I know what's going on. Today is the day when we get whatever piece of mail that we need to look out for that's going to help us free ourselves from this problem that we're having. I don't think anything here is going to kill me. But this is the important day. This is the important day. So, I remember the symbol. Kind of like an Illuminati thing. Illuminati thing, 3 rods on the sides, and then like an eyeball in the middle that stares at you in a way. And you have to like... It's going to be addressed to a fake address, and I need to send... I need to reroute it back to my address. That's the only way for me to be safe. We're so close to solving the mystery. You emailed earlier asking me if to work from home, especially the power issues. Responded saying they can't, it works well. They don't let it say it directly. Cell phone has been bad. Need to keep rent paid. Part of you moved, don't be stuck inside of a factory. Yeah, okay, good. Back in the office. You can't go back outside to the other office. So, today they should have a solution for me, right? Please? I'm hiring them to save me. I'm sure they'll have a solution for me. I'm sure things will be fine. Give me a second. I need to double check some things for my own safety and for my own sanity, because if I don't know what's going on, it's gonna freak me the fuck out. Okay. Is there another piece of paper on the floor somewhere? No? Alright. Go. Remember, the symbol. The Illuminati symbol thing. I need to keep an eye out for it. Not this. Okay, stop that. Okay, stop it. Pain, wind up, pain. And I can't send my own address. Although it is funny to think that, like, you can be fired from this job. Like, why would they want to fire you when they want you to stay there in order to use you as the curse host, right? Like, it is strange that you can even be fired in the first place. But maybe they don't care who takes the curse. They just care that somebody does it. And if you don't do if you don't do your job, then they can't keep the company running. That's a bit of a weird. It's a bit of an interesting plot point. Inch long. I'm getting close to hell now. They only want you for your data entry. Once you start figuring things out, they'll fire me. It's only... I am more than a machine. I'm not just a data entry machine. Let me go. I'm not just a data entry machine. You just need to keep rent paid while you find something better. I just realized too. Listen to me, go home. See that? The computer's trying to tell me to go home. But they're trying to convince me to stay here in order to just make rent, and then that's all I need to do. What if the computer itself was a person? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's why, you know, last time when I died, uh, 14601. What? 731 Prospect Road, SE apartment. Something? What? 2 60. But when we died, that first time, it said that we were extinguished. I wonder if that's a key plot point. Because why would it say extinguished over everything else? It almost doesn't make any sense to say that we were extinguished, right? Unless our soul was gone. But why were we extinguished and then it showed the computer especially? Like, that's the thing that was weird. Sorry, that was the point I was trying to get to, but I'm sort of lost in whatever this number is. And so it's like, the reason why it showed that is because maybe we become the computer on some level. Like, maybe we are the computer at some point. Pine Bluff. C4001. C4001. Pine Bluff. I don't know, man. Fuck you. I don't know what this is, man. How did I solve it the first time? I don't know how to solve this, man. Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff. 14601. 24601. 34601. 44601. 54601. 64601. Maybe there's no real answer. Maybe the answer doesn't matter for this one, right? Like, who cares about your accuracy? It literally doesn't matter. Maybe that's like to teach you that when you get to that moment, you have to just force your way through. Like in the hell zone, when you actually go through that hell zone, and it's at that final moment where it was like, oh, what is this like phrase? I think that's the moment that you have to look at the game and then go, it's not looking for an answer from me. It just wants me to type anything, really. Here we go, here we go. I need to look for the symbol. I'm cold, but I love it here, but I'm cold and they're bad Wi-Fi, so I'm behind on my K-drama and it's fucking gorgeous. Pun intended. Deal. Skull. Power's trying to come back on. They're trying to power cycle me. They can't keep me away. I will find the answer. I will find the truth. The Sin Eater consumes in order to spiritually take on the sins of a deceased person. They are believed to absorb the sins of the individual. Abhorred by villagers as a thing unclean, the Sin Eater cuts off from all social intercourse and lives in a remote place alone. Those who chance meet a Sin Eater are terrified of them as they would a leper. I think I was correct about when it would show me the thing that I needed. You know what I mean? My windows are gone. The document with the symbol, I think it only shows up later in the health section. Like, that's when we get the mail on the computer during the health section. That's when we need to pull it. I'm afraid we can never go back home. I truly apologize and will explain everything to you when I see you again. You understand why it had to be this way once you were done back with us. See you at La Fontaine de Corinne. Joy Smith. This is it! No. No. Send this to me! To me! The shadows, they walk where we walk. They stand where we stand. They bleed where we bleed. That was it. I got it. Oh, I actually got it. I'm afraid we can never go back home. No, it's fine. Just send it. Just fucking send it, man. I'm afraid we can never go back home. I truly apologize. I will explain everything when I see you again. You'll understand why it had to be this way once you're back with us. See you at the Corinne is taking my shit. Please, I'm begging you. Please, just let me be. Please. Raymond, 428 Carter Street. Raymond, NH. Hear that screaming? You don't like it? I don't like it either, Chad. I don't like what's going on either. There's two doors, actually. See, there's a nice door, and then there's a bad door. And then two closed-off doors. Actually, there's only one door. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, right, there was only one door. Okay, but I got the letter. I got the all-important letter that should have saved me, but I don't know if it actually is going to save me, but I did send it. And now I think I just need to make it past this section. I think I just need to make it past whatever this is. And remember, when the address is wrong, you can choose to ignore it. Last time I went to the computer, instead of falling down into the pit, and I think it's still important to reach the computer. I think we have to reach the computer instead of falling into the pit, because I think the pit is the curse itself. Just need to avoid whatever is down there. Just hang on, just hang on. Just hang on, we're gonna make it. I refuse to fall into the pit at this pivotal moment, because I don't know what could possibly ruin it. I'm falling. It's pushing me towards the hole. You can't just hold forward. It actually starts to push you a little bit. That was weird. So close. I need to work. I need to get back to work. Please, I need to pay rent. I need the letter. What's in the mail? The mail will save me. I need the mail that will save me, please. There we go. NA 00077. There we go. Loser. It said loser. See? What else are they gonna send me? Chat? I think I'm free. I think I made it. Sitting on the subway, you could feel it. Moving them back and forth. Your fingers creaking loudly. I think that was a different dialogue from the first time we got here, but... God. Daniel Sarah Orpheus. Data conversion operator. Daniel Sarah Orpheus. This is the most important step. Enclosed is a very small USB drive. Insert this into your computer at work and the rest will be taken care of. Don't become another sacrifice. Help take down this organization. The outsourcing of curses has to be stopped. Scrap paper was included in the weird-looking envelope. We found it effective to relocate to the external location so the client's attachment will not draw attention. That's why we're in the warehouse. Highly recommend this method for future contracts. A minimal location works best, as when bored, the mind will even subject itself to painful traumatic memories just for some sort of stimulation. That's why we remember this. Control Delete. On the back it says you must be careful. Avoid using this on anything that looks like it might be referencing you. Control Delete. On anything that looks like it might be referencing me. Oh my god. Flag for deletion. Delete. Chat. We don't have it. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, well, what happened? Control Delete? I mean, I do kind of just want it to be delete, to be honest with you. I mean, Control Delete's really good. If I never went into the settings, would I have lost? Was that intentional that you had to go into the settings to choose the right thing? I think it was. Because I bet you whoever's taking over your body was applying their keybinds, right? It's like they're the one using the PC. So when you fix your keybinds back to default to be yours, then you have control over the system again. Because that was weird that even all the letters were lowercase. Like, that's a very strange thing to have. And my control backquote was even all gone too, unless it was just a rendering thing. But I don't know, it definitely seemed different. Do not go to hell. We need to plug the USB into my PC. Do I have the USB? I really hope I have the USB. If I don't have the USB, I'll do it offline. I'll figure out how to do it properly. Not that I want to play horror games by myself, but I don't know if I want to subject you to more of this, because there's still one more game to play for today, but this is so far, this has been a really good game. Finally some good news arrives. You heard back from your old coworker. Nice. This has been a really cool game, and a really interesting progression. It's why we're so far away, it's why we're bored. Everything that we're seeing, in a way, is almost this imagination. None of this is real, but at the same time, it is real. It's just... it's our mind playing tricks on us, trying to, like, make sense of things. Plug it in. Plug it in. You notice on the computer a USB port that is open. You take out the USB thumb drive you received in the letter. Insert the USB drive. You plug it in, trying to remain inconspicuous. Yeah, not like I tried to look around the computer the whole time. Okay, chat. We can't delete anything that references me. Flagging valid. Submissions may be subject for review. And no. Lance Riker. Keep typing. No, no, no. Yes. Because that doesn't reference me. This doesn't reference me. Delete that. We're gonna free ourselves. Dear Tooth Fairy, I am owed. Sorry. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh. Lauren? Time to die, Lauren. Sorry, Lauren. Bye. Sorry, Lauren. You gotta go. I know it's hard, but please hang there. I know you can make it. Bye. I refuse to play your game. That's a lot of eyes. Because they're angry at me. They know what I've done. What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? See that? Again, don't reference anything involving me. Get rid of everything. Everything that the machine wants me to do. And I remember my address. This is not my code. I don't think that's my code. Nor does it matter what my code is. It's just a code. It doesn't really have a reference to me. This is new. Okay, chat, this is new. Wait, no, this is the same as before. Except we deleted everything. Alright. A lot of eyes indeed. Chat, these are the other rooms. This warehouse looked like this the whole time. This rundown warehouse was abandoned and looked like this the entire time. In fact, do you notice a similarity that's striking here? This is my kitchen. Oh my god. That's why they said you can't open the door. That's why the layout didn't make any sense. We've been living in the warehouse the whole time. We've been living here the whole time. That's why the hallway looks like this. That's why the hallways run like this. That's why it curves around. This is us seeing the truth for the first time. We were never in an apartment. That's why we could never pay rent. That's why it was impossible to make rent. Because it wasn't real. I finally understand why this final section looks like this. This final section looks like this because this was all one building. We just thought it was different. But we haven't left the building at all, ever. Not once. Not a single time. That's why they said to don't open this door. Never open this door. Oh my god. But where do I go? Doesn't matter. Did I do something wrong? Or does it always end in the skill test? But now it makes sense. In the first game, I didn't notice that detail. I just thought to myself, it's very confusing and scary. But really examining at that time, we never left the building. That whole place was set up. I was trapped in there the whole time. My room, everything I was doing, that was all just the same place. You're still confused and scared. I mean, we have a solution now, but this whole time we've been imagining the extent of like the subway ride and stuff. The subway ride wasn't real. It never was real. You remember the delete button. Nothing involving us. Get rid of everything. Every single detail. Hello, wish you, bye. I have my name. I know who I am. I know who I am and I know who I intend to be. And I don't want them to take me over. I'm gonna fight back. Remember, nothing that references me. I need to be careful of my hotkeys though. The hotkeys are kind of hard for me to press. But I think that's sort of the point. It's meant to be uncomfortable. On John Cummings' autopsy, the clown. Fuck. Chat still. Apartment 454 Spring, Wichita Valley. Chat still is screaming. What? Chat still is... Chat was the first character that we made. Chat. Remember the first character that I made that I accidentally entered in the name Chat? They're still screaming. I knew it. Licorice never found home. 700 over it. This is my thing. 7941 Broadus Auburn WY833111. So I knew it. Our past lives are still here. Our past lives are still here, stuck in this place. That's why we're doing this. That's why we have to like get rid of all of these things. We have to free everybody. We're deleting everything. All traces. What a cool detail. Delete everything. Just delete everything that isn't mine. Delete everything. Every single detail. Presumably what we're deleting is details of the person who cursed us life. It's their life that's disappearing. All these documents, right? Love M. Everything that doesn't relate to us has to go away. Quickly. 470845669. That's not mine. Infection with Cantonus rat lungworm. This isn't mine either. Sorry, buddy. It's over for you. I'm freeing myself. I get it now. What an amazing execution of a concept. I just can't believe it. It's such a great execution. Maybe I should have read that more carefully. I don't regret leaving. But is that something that I said? Submit. You can't hold on forever. Submit. You won't hold on forever. You won't hold on forever. Bye. Oh my god. We made it. What happened? Why did I fall asleep? That's the TTC in Toronto. That's the TTC in Toronto. Sitting there again on the subway, pondering what to do now. Oh my god. Chat, we survived. I can't believe it. We made it through. We deleted all the curse. We even, in a way, freed our first life. Our first life, that life that was still screaming. Chat is still screaming. That I misnamed this. They were still there screaming. We freed them. Wow. Imagine you use the same name every single time. You wouldn't even know what's yours and what isn't. You'd be afraid to delete that. It's such a subtle trick to like fool you into believing that this is a part of your current life. To force you to name yourself, and most people would want to name themselves the same every single time, and you wouldn't even notice that you've accidentally let a piece of yourself stay when it shouldn't have, or a piece of something that isn't you stay when it shouldn't have. Your fingers feel lighter. The pain from them has dissipated. Outside, the sun still rises. You feel its warm glow in a way that's someone never touched you before. And you begin to think about how you're gonna see it all the time now. We're free. Oh my god, we're free. What a sick concept for a game. Amazing, just beautiful execution of a game concept. Wow. Well, it's kind of absurd how well they executed that premise. And it's insane how well the puzzle was done too. Like, because the puzzle is so subtle, you almost don't even notice it, right? You have to pay attention to the details, and you have to extrapolate that you can do something like that. It's only when you start to extrapolate that you realize, oh wait, that's how you, like, and then you realize, oh wait, I can do this for other things. You learn more about the background lore, about what happened to various people, and you learn more about what's happening to you, and you eventually find your way out of this mess. Wow. I'm just impressed. That was just such a well-made game. It's so well executed. Wow. And there it is, the haunted PS1. That's how I found the demo of this game in the first place, playing that like 4 years ago. Wow. What was that flashing image? It's kind of weird. It's a good thing that I'm recording this, eh? Because the thing is, if you play this game and you don't record it, you don't get to see these little details again. It just flashes by you. The sound of us waking up. And now we get to see maybe our results. Huh. What was the symbol? It's like 3 lines. 3 lines, straight lines, and a circle in the middle. 3 lines in the shape of a triangle, but not fully connecting at the points. And then a circle in the middle like an eyeball. I now get to actually write a letter and finish what I've said. So before I was antagonistic, but maybe it's time to hope more. I shouldn't have left things the way I did. My head is a lot clearer now, but with this distance between us, like all of this is actually hopeful. Even if you still stick with the idea that the life that you had was worse for you in some way, I like how it still gives you the option to still approach it with a level of grace. As if being kind to yourself here is the way to be free of it entirely, is to be above it, right? Because it's now, my head is a lot clearer now with this distance between us. As in, I wouldn't have it any other way to be away from you, but at least I feel like I understand better now. Never mind, I'm miserable as hell and I'd still rather be here than there. It's hard to try something new, but I still think it's worth it. Yeah, my time here has been getting difficult, but it's getting better, you know? It's hard to try something new, but I still think it's worth it. Believe it or not, writing these has helped to keep me going. I hope that you're getting these at least. I don't care if you write back or not, but this all needed to be said regardless. Each and every single word has such weight to it that it's hard for me to choose. Maybe letters are old-fashioned, but something about the job made me want to write them. I think letters were the only way I could work this all out. I originally wanted to mail you some garbage, but I sent a letter instead. I figured a letter was the only way you cared. No, this is for me. I think letters was the only way that I could work this out. Wow. After today, though, I think I may be done with writing letters for a while. Send. Wow. Every single sentence that you could have chosen there had so much meaning behind it. Every single one sort of like has a different thought behind it. I see why the game let you choose how you sent the letter in the first place, so you could connect to it at the end in a moment of hope, right? It's the way that when, and it's interesting, the story that it's telling, that when your environment gets better, when the context that you're in gets better, all of a sudden you feel better and you have more capacity to forgive, even if it was bad. That's beautiful. Receive the Sunshine Fate. Find the left behind scrap paper. Obtain the USB drive. And there's still 3 more to go. What are those 3? 6 endings? Wow. Dear me, thank you for playing Dead Letter Department. This was a weird passion project that went way overboard. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts, especially if you've enjoyed it. Consider giving it a quick Steam review. It helps considerably and will allow me to continue developing and updating it further. I can't. It's on my Steam Family Share account because I buy things off a separate account to hide it. But sorry, man, I'll forget that out later. Anyways, that was beautiful. Even in the context of the story that's trying to tell, right? This like idea of linking it to the idea of anxiety. That moment when it was like, oh, my anxiety sort of reigns or like takes over. And we see what happened is that the corporation that we were working for was abusing that to try and weaken us and like keep us there in the moment. And again, what did they say? That even in that boredom, they'll even that the clients will inflict trauma upon themselves just to keep themselves entertained. Because it's that self-destructive way that we can be, right? It's the way that we can get stuck in this rut. And then to go in that good ending, it's interesting. It's very interesting when you think of it in that light. If you extrapolate it further and you go towards the implication of what it feels like to be anxious, and really what it feels like to be in a state where you can't take care of yourself, or like where you don't want to take care of yourself and where like everything's falling apart, that shift in tone in the way that we write the letter and the way that it's connected to the letter that we write at the beginning, if you take it seriously and you write that letter the way that you wanted to, and if I think back to how the first letter was and the feelings I had then, those weren't really honest, but this time it was a bit more. And even though the choices leaned towards miserable, I chose to end it in a better light. Because I was in a place where I could. I was in a place, in an environment that gave me a safety that allowed me to do that. Because that's a sunshine ending. Because we're free now. We're free of that anxiety. We're free of that pain. We're free of that, like, you know, almost overwhelming pressure that's bearing down on us. And it's a very interesting thing to think about that in many ways, right? When people are stuck in a system or when people are stuck in an environment that isn't good for them, you know, obviously, you know, they can't have a capacity to feel good about things. They lose that hope. But when you give somebody hope, it allows them to do things that you would have never expected from them. I mean, in thinking of those words from that letter and thinking about why I chose those words at the beginning and why I chose to forgive at the end in a way, and why I chose in a way to seek peace with the words that I chose at the end, it's because of that environment shift. Because I'm no longer afraid. I'm no longer fighting for my life. I'm free now. I'm free from whatever struggles that I was going through, both in terms of the curse and the boon, but also just in general. That has allowed me to forgive. And almost not even necessarily the person on the other end, but at least for my sake, to forget and move on. Because I have that space now to roam, to wander. That's good. Really, really good. There's so many different layers to the writing in this game. It's simple. It's very simple and effective. You don't need too many words to say a lot, right? You just need to allow the person experiencing it to feel again. These feelings that, in a way, I think many of us have forgotten. Really good game. Really, it's actually like an amazing game. It's like, wow. I'm going to be thinking about this game for a very long time. That was like a 10 out of 10 game. I'm actually very impressed with what they've done. And, you know, this is not... And that's just to talk about the story. That's just to talk about the implications and all the different topics that they were trying to, like, juggle and deal with. They think they juggled perfectly. I actually think that they juggled it very, very well. It's also to talk about things like, you know... But that's just a small fraction of the experience, right? But it's such a core part of it. Every part of it was important. The visuals were fantastic. The way that things appeared and jumped at you but didn't force you to look at it. It's the way that, like, things crept up on you. Even the horror of your glass breaking, you heard it crawling behind you and you'd stop and listen to it and wait until it finally reached you, and then it would pull its trick of, like, ruining your view. It's like everything about this game was so fascinating because while there was a couple jump scares, it opted more to, I guess, to play with the environment. Right? Much as at the end the environment was nice and safe and happy and we could then sort of be a better person because of it, during the entire game, it built this very impressive environment that truly felt oppressive in a way. Like, it felt like we were being pushed down, right? Like this, like, it's bearing down on us. This very oppressive environment, where stifling us, where we couldn't even breathe. We're like struggling to even take a single breath. And utilizing those moments of fear, and then, in a way, asking the player to overcome that in order to see the solution that was right in front of their eyes the whole time. Because it's such a subtle trick to do that on the second cycle. To do that on the second day, to send yourself a letter to let you know that, wait a minute, you can. And it's only when you connect the dots that, wait a minute, that's my address. It's only when you have that dawning realization, if you read everything, if you pay attention to every single detail, that you realize that's why that number looks familiar. That was my number. It's why they have the same number every single time. I think as a trick to help you eventually build familiarity with the number, and then a sense of deja vu. It's why your apartment number, it never changes. Your street name might change, your city name might change, your everything else might change, your postal code, but your apartment number never changes. And that helps you familiarize yourself with it and feel that sense of deja vu, because that piece is so familiar, but you can't seem to place why until you realize that's why. That's where I live. Bend over. Yeah. The Bend of Dover. Okay. It's probably ruined because of my bend over joke, but it was too obvious of a joke not to make, right? And then the way that you got the information, and then the way that it did a callback to that, when we saw that chat is still screaming, that was when I accidentally named it chat. It was almost, a fluke that I named it that. But if you named it yourself, for a moment you would look at that name and be like, maybe I shouldn't delete this. And it's when you read it more and more that you go, wait a minute, why am I still screaming? I'm right here. If you use the same name, you'd be like, why am I still screaming? I'm right here. Then you would realize that's your past life. But it's the way that it plays with the cyclical nature of like the curses and the boons that was so masterful. That was such a good effect. And then at the end there, maybe I was wrong, but to see that the office and the warehouse sort of broke down into a building that seemingly had trapped us in there the whole time, that we were actually stuck there the entire time, because all the rooms were just variations of our room, all of the other workplaces. It's like, wow, what did we miss? But I think maybe that was a mind trick. Maybe that was just a mind trick, and it was just sort of this, it was meant to evoke that feeling of you're now trapped in this space forever. And now it makes sense, right? In the context of this ending, in the context of all that we know, why the first ending is when you're extinguished. It's because your soul is gone. There's nothing left of you. You're gone. Your very being is gone. And it's why the game did that trick too. At first, I thought it was just a really cool way to show a game over for the extinguished ending, but in the context of the sunshine ending, it's even better. It's like, at baseline, it's amazing if you just experience that and you end your game and you never play it again. But when you experience more of it and you get even more and more details, it simply elevates everything else about this game even higher. Because the extinguished ending, when you see that computer screen and it's just there and you can't do anything, it's because you're the computer. Chat is still screaming. We're still stuck in the machine. That was good. It's why the computer, it's why the computer was trying to tell us, don't do this. Go home. Stop it. It's whoever was there before us, and then it was us before that was trying to get us to stop before it's too late. Because they knew what was going to happen. Because they're always doing this. It's just a cyclical thing that they always do. Makes me wonder what the other endings are. I'm sure one of the endings is that we die. It has to be the case that one of the endings is that we simply pass out and we die. And I think probably that's why there's these different letters, these scraps of paper, right? Like, why would there be a scrap of paper telling the person to step away now? It's because when we saw it at the end, whatever that host being was, it wanted us. It wanted what we had. It wanted a body. It was so greedy for it that it was willing to almost break the rules. And I think that's why you can die at that moment when your view becomes like a cracked and then glazed over at the end there, or like in the third day or the fourth day or so. is because before it reads that, it sort of gets impatient and wants to get the process over with, right? So clearly there's more going on in terms of like what the motivations of these creatures are, what are the shadowy creatures. And there's definitely other organizations that are trying to figure this out too. Whatever latest is, the things that they're saying, right? Whatever the cipher is on that initial outsider email that has this like smell of smoke on it, especially that smell of smoke. And why does it call us the outsider? When it's the outsider trying to take over us, right? So it can't have come from the host. That letter still came from somewhere, whatever that cipher was on the top left, relating to the anxiety line, whatever that is. There's still a mystery there. There's still a mystery of like the Illuminati being able to join the Home Ministry of Affairs. Maybe if you had to scan maybe the like barcode. I'm sure there's like a bunch of mysteries left in this game given the 6 endings, but 2 endings is enough, and I think that was an amazing. Sorry for that noise. I think that was an amazing experience. Very well made. It's just I can see why it took so long, because to come up with something like this, you not only have to have the innovation, you not only have to have the ability to like intuit something like that, you must also be able to execute on it well. And like I can't imagine trying to execute on it being easy. Like that must have been a very difficult thing to try to nail down. The exact pacing, the exact flow, just the right amount of hints to not be overbearing and not to be too confusing. Just enough. Just enough to get you to pay attention to certain details and to change your fate. And I think that's sort of interesting, is that it was fated upon us, right? Even at the end when we get the Sunshine ending, it says, oh, this is the Sunshine fate. But it makes it like it leaves an interesting question in my mind of like, was it fated? Like, why did we leave? Why were we there? And maybe that's why it was fated in that sense, because it doesn't matter why we left. The reason why we left is arbitrary. We know that because you can change it at any moment. It's fate that we ended up here. Wherever here was, it's fate that we were that we ended up right in this space right here. And there's also another very scary question too, based on the reality that this game is cyclical, right? If the address changes every time, it means that they operate out of, dozens, maybe hundreds of different locations, that they all have similar setups of warehouses somewhere out there in random places. This time it was Hittle, Illinois, but the first time it was somewhere else entirely. Might be in Alabama, might be in I don't know, Massachusetts. I don't know. Might be in Michigan. I don't know what these places are. I don't know anything about U.S. Geography, but the important thing that I'm trying to get at is that there's dozens of these, right? How much further can you go in this game in stopping that? Because this is we're playing a part to stop it, but is there more that we could have done? Is there, or are you always destined to go down that same flow? It's very interesting to think about. I can't imagine what the other 4 endings are. Maybe the one of them is that we die just by getting touched by the ghost too much, like it just takes over our body, right? That was a bad phrasing. Sorry. What I meant is that when it breaks our review, but the rest, I can only begin to imagine. Much in the same way that our character must have when they were bored. That's the way that the human mind can reach for so much and see so many things out of nothing. What a beautiful game.